gonna walk on through. The M762 is gonna find 3 kills, pistol in hand. It's gonna be a quad in the round for Emergent.
Peeking into him. He'll take down Twist. He'll take down Defiance as well. He's going for a third and he'll get it.
Triple kill to answer, and then Limbo and John will pick up some kills, but Braxton with the 4K, he's on for the
The heal on Iski. What a flick, but he gets tired. And the Jaeger looks the wrong way.
Hello everyone and welcome back to SCS season number 5. We are on week 2, so we've already finished our first week of playdays. We've got some standings, we finally got stats to show off as well. We've got a pretty exciting game today. So as you all might know, this is not our normal playday. It is a Sunday. Normally we are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Usually for the Lord.
Yeah. It's supposed to be the day of rest, but there ain't no rest for the wicked. So the show must go on, because later this week we'll have the NSG event, and there's a whole slew of familiar faces that's going to be doing that one.
I wonder who.
Yeah, you know? It's a great question. But anyway, Connor, we have a fantastic game tonight. We have D2E versus Arial Arise. Last season's SCS champs versus last season's CCS champs. The two acronyms always get confused. And we've also got a little something special that we'll show off later. As you can see, here are our standings from the very first week. Wichita Wolves and Honor are at the top of each respective group.
Yeah, and on the other side, like with Flip, you know, you got the trickle-down effect. Gatekeepers, Down2Earth, No Plants. Down2Earth versus No Plants was actually a really good game. It was a little bit kind of a non-sequitur to a certain extent that a lot of people expected Down2Earth to just kind of slap a Junior and GXD around, but those guys have been around the block. They showed off their, you know, their prowess as experience goes, and that you're not just going to be able to walk all over them, and they surprised a lot of people on Consulate. So after that sort of mishap that we had with Down2Earth, they're definitely going to be hungry, but are they going to be more hungry than Arial Arise, who just kind of came off of a little bit of a slapping from the Gatekeepers?
Yeah, obviously, you know, maybe heading into playoffs, Arial Arise will be looking for a little bit of revengeance there. As you can see, these are the two rosters. Lava, Og, Dami Woods, and Arial Arise have a brand new player. No longer with Spiff, unfortunately for him. Rest in peace, my good friend. They'll have Wings, who was previously on Synthetic. He and Unfair departed the team, and Christopher Wings will now find himself on Arial. According to Gavin Lava Griffiths, he has been absolutely tearing it apart in scrims, so hopefully that scrim energy carries over to game day. And on the other side, we've got D2E, Exile, Bone, Yusuke, Kojin, and Navozo, a roster that avid viewers of SCS should know all too well, being, of course, your last season champion. So this will definitely be not only a battle of the giants, but a battle on Mount Olympus as well, as Exile and Lava love to call themselves the birthday Greek god duo.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same person. You know, one's in Seattle, one's in New York, so I'm not going to say which one is which, but for all intents and purposes, pretty much you have Michael's average height, about like 5'10", and then Gavin Lava Griffiths is just a Goliath of a man sitting at a staggering 6'6". So besides that fact, they're the same exact person because they're both Greek.
Yep.
Thumbs up emoji.
And they think very alike as well. However,
they do.
Something that is not similar is their rating. Unfortunately for Arial
both on
Arise,
the top of their team.
That is true, but unfortunately for Arial Arise, they did fall 0-2 to Gatekeepers, whereas D2E were tied 1-1. Exile's rating boasting a very high one, 1.52, going 23-10, 5-1 on entry, 75% cost, and even a plant. He has just been doing everything for his team, and meanwhile, Lava doing a lot of work as well. So, again, Battle of the Giants. Meanwhile, we've also got Bone and Yusuke. We'll have to look out for Og and Wings there. And Dami and Woods, Kojin and Navozo rounding it out on the supports. This should be a heater of a game. And we actually get quite the treat as well. We were talking about the map bans earlier, right? And how Michael and Gavin were telling us both, hey, you know, we're probably going to play Kafe Villa. Well, Gavin threw a curveball at us and he banned Villa, so that means we're going to Coast.
I'm definitely really excited, but there's only one thing that I'm even more excited about, and that is the new pickup of Arial Arise being Wings. me and Crow, we care about the T3 scene a lot.
We do.
Seeing Wings go to a very good roster in the form of Arial Rise was cause for celebration. So in honor of Wings, we're gonna be eating wings. Yeah, wings. Crow, do you want one?
What flavor is yours?
I got lemon pepper.
You got lemon pepper? Yeah. Dude, mine are just normal. Hold on, wait. Oh, wait, that's the wrong side. Wait.
The other side. Take it.
All right. I think I got it. Thanks, Connor.
Incredible. You taste the zest.
Dude, I can taste the zest. I can taste the lemony. It's nice and tart.
Nice and tart. Well, opposite of tart, we can say is sweet, even though sometimes those words go right next to each other in the form of a candy. We can look at our... You have a 0%.
Oh, dude, I'm trying to go for the...
You have a 0%.
I'm trying to go for the 0% run, dude.
Yeah, so...
See, if I get every prediction...
For background context,
if I get every prediction wrong, it's basically the same thing as getting everything right.
Yeah. So, the numbers below everybody, that's their percentage correct on the caster side. And I have 25%, you know, that's not very good, but at least I'm doing better than Sticula, so... And I'm tied with Jazz and Chief. So I guess that's good company to be in. But Crow sitting at a whopping 0%.
Whopping 0, boys.
But
so I'm gonna hope for a 2-0 tonight.
I mean, we both did tie because we could not pick between Gavin Lava Griffiths and Michael Exile for Samus.
A vast majority of the matches this week I actually have voted tie, just because a lot of them.
I think I had 2 ties.
Dude, I have like 4 or 5. Something crazy like that. A lot of the teams going on this week are even. As you can see, there is a community poll as well, though that one is skewing a lot more heavily over towards Arial Arise.
It's the Wings effect.
That's true. Not only do they have wings, but of course they are also CCS champions, touted to be the best team in T3 for quite a long time. That is, well, until Gatekeepers came along. A lot of people consider them now to be one of the most powerful forces, though D2E will be looking to show them up in playoffs. Anyway, my biggest question is why? Why did Gavin Lava Griffiths ban Villa over Coastline? Villa being one of Arial Arise's best maps, one of Lava's best maps as well, on the Cade. He just goes absolutely demon time on the Villa. And Coastline being a map that I know for a fact Arial Arise are not a big fan of, and neither are D2E, just because of the way it plays. The way the map plays is very counterintuitive to how both of these teams play, whereas Coastline is just ranked, you just run around and shoot people. D2E are a very structured team. Arial Arise tend to be a little bit more on the calculated aggression side, still don't like Coast. So I'm wondering if maybe Arial Arise in the shadows have been working on their Coastline, because I know for a fact Michael was not prepared for this one.
No, but to the same extent, Down2Earth, their core roster players have always had a Coastline where they're strong enough on it, but they just, it's like that one kid who's really good at the violin, but he hates playing it. That's the effect of, it's just, yeah, like they really they're really good at Coastline because they are just a nice structured team, and taking structure to Coastline is something that's very difficult to pull off, and that is a feat that they're able to accomplish. So naturally, they're going to be good on it. They just don't play it because really bringing yourself to Coastline is inviting in sort of teams to try to take you down to their level, then beat you with experience by just running around all over the place, swinging everything, having that aggression that's not necessarily as calculated, and yeah, I guess we get a double A ban. Ace and Ash starting off, 2 fragging operators, if you want to go that way. Pretty much Ace on Coastline is a fragger because of the AK-12. Sure, he can throw a Selma here or there, but most likely you're bringing him for the smokes in the AK-12. And Valkyrie also makes sense, this being probably her strongest map besides Consulate. So a Valk ban makes sense as well.
Yeah, again, like you touched on, Ace, hard breaching, not really great on this map, but that one spot by Cocktail is rather important. Ash being banned out is really interesting. Now, I don't know if Gavin knows this, because Michael, whenever he told us about this, made sure that Gavin wasn't in the call. I keep calling them Michael and Gavin. I'm not sure if Lava knows about this, but Exile always made sure he wasn't in the call when he told us, and he might be upset at me for mentioning this, but it's our job. to talk about it. He was using Yusuke, as he calls it, using him like Gasher uses Vladder, where he just 30 seconds in the round, sends a drone in the building, has Yusuke follow it, tries to get a very early pick, and dips out, and there you go. Free opening frag. Yusuke is safe and sound. Maybe he even gets one or two more pushing down onto the site while the defenders are still prepping or not ready for that push. And Exile has been using that to its fullest extent over the last few games. Maybe Arial Rise have read into that, and maybe that's why they banned the Ashe. Maybe they're just trying to make Yusuke a little bit more comfortable, because I know banning the Ashe might also negatively affect Wings and Og.
I mean, Wings is one of those players that is highly momentum based, where if you give him an inch, he's going to try to take 15 miles. And that can be definitely alarming. But in a similar vein to Dami, if he starts to get in his head a little bit, that's where you can see the sort of poor performances start to string together, where the mental aspect is huge. And I think that is what Exile is trying to capitalize by having Yusuke just be his own scalpel and him being the surgeon of just applying death to all of Arial Rise early on and really trying to rattle them, make them feel off guard constantly and not really understanding what's happening. Because also, like you said, Arial Rise is calculated aggression, but that calculated aspect of their aggression is really undersold sometimes, where they have an insanely great understanding of the game. During prep phase, all of them are staring at the floor for drones, and probably for the first 15 to 20 seconds as well. And there's teams such as Matt Squared and SCL that was able to properly capitalize on this, whether it be accidental or on purpose. So definitely interesting to see how Down2Earth are going to try to break down Arial Rise.
And already we see some interesting lineups. Lesion, not an operator that we see all too often nowadays. He's still useful and he's still brought, though he's definitely fallen a little bit outside the meta. Mira, usually banned on Coastline, and Down2Earth are going to take full advantage of her the moment she is left up. And an Echo. Echo, very rarely played after that major nerf on his yokai drones. We've also seen from Arial Rise, not Gavin, not Lava, but Woods on the Capitao, because you don't need that hard breach anymore. And instead of the Ashe, Wings will instead be playing Iana, also with the G36C, only with, I think, right? Ashe's only goes up to the 1.5, whereas Iana has the 2 times.
Yeah.
He's got an extra set of nades, and he's pretty much got the ability to drone himself in a little bit more efficiently than you can with a drone. They'll try and take over towards Theater and Penthouse first, as that is where Yusuke is set up with this mirror window. If they want to try and make any headway towards the 90 Hall, they have to make sure this Lesion is no longer there.
Yeah, about a minute and a half of the way down, and with this site set up for Down2Earth being down quite yet. But speaking of that, Dami will go down. My clean feed buffer just a touch, and Yusuke is still standing strong as Bone will pick up the other kill. Now Og, not Wings on the Zofia. It's actually going to be Og. We'll finish off a little refrag onto Bone, but Yusuke is going absolutely massive pistol.
Wow!
In hand, whips out the double kill and a clean drop getaway Houdini act.
Yusuke popping off inside of Theater, but look what's happened in the meantime. Og is on site, and he's got 3 kills, opening up this entire round. Yusuke doing great on the roam, but that doesn't matter if your anchor game completely falls apart. Both Woods and Og are now there. Yusuke finally goes down as he tries to come up over towards Vase, and it's just Exile in a 1 versus 1. Woods planting, Og with the cover. C4 goes out, and Og can't find it. He'll go down, but the plant is still being completed, and now it's post. Woods can play for the time, but Michael should know where he is, and a brilliant pre-fire finds it. 3 for Yusuke, 2 for Exile, and the first round goes to D2E.
And a hell of a round at that. There's lots of BM that we're not going to comment on.
Yeah, Michael just getting out the, he's Zeus. Lava's Poseidon, so, Exile's just got to get the static out.
Yeah, you got to get the
Got to
static
make sure the
electricity.
unused charges don't go to waste.
And yeah, Yusuke started it, Exile finished it. Those were the 2 players we were highlighting early on for Down2Earth. And I think we got it pretty head on.
Yeah.
Michael he was telling Yusuke exactly what to do. He was a robot inside his brain. He actually was controlling Yusuke's computer from across the country. Got the first 3 kills.
Team viewer.
Then he switched. Shh, that's illegal. So, but then he just switched over to his computer and finished up the other two. So I'm gonna give
Oh,
Michael the.
I lied. You
Oh, Bone picked up. Yeah, that's right. Bone picked up
My
the first frag. How are we gonna give disrespect to Bone?
My bad, Bone. That one's on you.
Congratulations to Bone, by the way. He recently hit champ rank for the first time yesterday.
I
So
was
now
in
he
that
has
stack.
Yeah, he has 1,000 elo for every foot tall he is. He has 5,000 elo and exactly 5 foot tall.
Wow.
We
Who's
love
the
Bone.
opening-
Exclamation point Bone in chat.
What was the opener, by the way? Was it Bone onto lava?
I believe so. And then Og. No, Dami died first. Dami died first.
Okay. So Bone?
Yeah.
I think it was Bone.
Yes, it was Bone. And then Og
Just gotta be
refragged
sure.
Bone.
Well, that was quite the statement from the first round, getting down to a very, very nail-biting 1v1. I mean, for Woods, there was really no escape there.
No.
So,
He was stuck between a rock and a hard place. He could have maybe jumped out the window, but
or maybe used his utility. I don't know if he had crossbows left. If
I
he had
think
any
they
shots.
had to have used it on the roam clear for the mirrors, right?
I don't know. But either way, Down to Earth will now go to Kitchen. Pretty much, standard secondary site. No Mira, so no theater hold. They'll pretty much be basing most of their stuff horizontally, though there is someone on the upstairs. Who is it? It's Bone. Inside of 90, Jammer,
So
and Exile. Placed inside. Okay, so never mind. There is a theater hold. See, I noticed that earlier, and then I just completely forgot about it. Because
yeah, I thought that they were bringing the Mira. I just didn't even look at the operators, and I was like,
Yeah.
they could really
That one
set
is,
up the exact same way for all three defenses.
So that one is on us. You've also got Kojin here on White Stairs to support, so a mean triple threat over towards the 90 Hall and Theater that, again, Arial Arise are going to have to clear out. And it's going to start just as poorly as it did in the previous round. Bone with the opening kill, down goes Wings.
Yeah, and that's the new pickup coming through, but the old man himself, Lava, will drop off Navozo, make it a 1-for-1. As you trade out your Yana for a mute on a kitchen defense, I'm sure Arial Arise are going to feel pretty comfortable with that pick, considering they're taking a Nitro Cell off the board, and potentially the shotgun that can be used to counter a lot of the vertical play, as well as just an anchor, where now you have 2 roamers and 2 anchors going up against 4 attackers who are going to always have that advantageous sort of setup going forward. There's a little bit more utility burns going through. Dami's making sure his flashes are put to good use, as now Lava and the rest of the gang are going to try their best. They're going to try their hardest to make sure that this 90 extension and theater extension is brought down to its knees.
Bone will get droned out in 90, so they know, yep, he's still there. They now got to clear this shield, though, that Exile is sitting behind. Nade goes in from Lava, but of course there's a Womidus covering it. Swing goes up, nearly catches Lava with the nade in his hand, but the shots do not connect. Arial Arise are being delayed quite a bit, though Lava will finally get the second kill, and Og finds the player on White, and Dami gets the man on 90. So much time was being wasted there by Down to Earth, but as soon as Arial Arise realized, hey, we gotta make the push happen, they have each other's backs, and it is near flawless. They lost Wings in the beginning and took the next 4 kills in stride, and now it's just Yusuke, the lone man who was on site as the smoke. Interesting operator to put your main fragger on. He'll try and retake upstairs with only 1 gas nade in his pocket as well. He can play for that flank, play for the upstairs control. Lava has no clue. That's an easy kill for Yusuke. And now all these holes that were made in the floor can be used to his advantage. But the plant is going down from Woods. Yusuke has no info. He doesn't know where it is. And that'll be free for Arial Arise. Jumping out, catches Woods, but now he's detected. And the rest of the attackers know exactly where he is at all times. He'll try and make his way back to the surface entrance. Surprisingly unabated. Og inside of Kegs will trade some shots and trade some damage with the smoke. But it's still a tough task for Yusuke. He's going to have to hit some absolutely heroic shots, but Og backs up and shoots him through jail. Arial Arise take round number 2 after a much better roam clear.
Yeah, their roam clear, the best part about it was that everybody was involved. It was a triple pinch. That was a 1-2-3, everybody swing in unison. And like the old Spec Ops mission in MW2, they just both took out their target at the exact same time. And it was like domino effect of just Down to Earth went from winning the round to a 1v4 where, I'm sorry, Yusuke, you were not left alive in a good position. And yeah, I don't think anybody's really winning a 1v4 post plant on Coastline when you have so much of the site opened up. that set up really strong post plant positions from keg wall and just laying prone inside a lobby. At the end of the day, a really, really, really strong execute coming out of Arial Arise that allowed them to just absolutely dismantle everything Down to Earth was going for. And now Woods is throwing some shade. And who wasted a seed 4 on a hard breach gadget? And that was, I think that was Navozo, who then died to the vertical hole that was made.
Well,
Unlucky.
I was it's pretty funny. Down to Earth will swap their site. Yet again, keep an Arial Arise on their toes. They'll go double bar. Double bar's cool. A lot of people consider it the most underrated site on Coastline. Maybe even a little bit stronger than Hookah. I think its win rate is actually higher, if I'm not mistaken.
It's the Hookah paradox. It's same in ranked. Everybody goes Hookah, but Hookah is not the best site on Coastline.
It's just the most, like, it's not the best, but it's the most comfortable. That's what people are used to.
Kitchen is the best site.
Yeah, and double bar is pretty damn good if you know how to defend it. That's kind of the struggle. There are a lot of teams that just straight up don't know how double bar works. I'm very sure that D2E is not one of them. And they're switching up their operators again. This time it's going to be Exile on the Echo, Kojin on the Mira, and Yusuke on the Oryx. That's not something we see every day, although Coastline, with how limited your rotations are on Coastline, having an Oryx certainly helps, being able to jump through those hatches, you know, bust holes in walls and just keep running. Definitely very flexible. So I'm going to see how Yusuke fares with him.
Yeah, and essentially Oryx is like a man that drank Super Soldier Serum.
Dude, he's being droned by Exile.
Yeah. On the Yokai?
Funny. Yeah. I could hear the Yokai come up white.
This is exactly what we were talking about with using him as a weapon. He's just going to be hot droning on defense and telling Yusuke, Yusuke, go kill people. I thought he just got misdroned here, but it's actually just going to be an immediate drop, valuing his life over the control of sitting inside luggage. Now, it doesn't really do a whole lot, especially because that's on the complete other side of the map. And on the other side of the map, you have Arial Arise absolutely making mincemeat of the floor. An attempted Nitro Cell coming out of Kojin's hand will be missing, unfortunately. Woods taking a sliver of HP, maybe about 9. I'll say he took about
something like
that. That's my math right there. Is now
great guess.
Yep, a wonderful guess. Down to Earth starting to feel pretty uncomfortable on site, and Arial Arise are starting to set up their execute. They're rotating a lot of people outside of Mudroom. They're gonna have to go through Navozo, but that's made a lot easier when you just swing right into Wings' crosshair. He'll take that kill every day of the week and take the man advantage ahead of their looming execute.
The newest pickup for Arial Arise finally gets his first frag, and it's on a Smoke who just played maybe a little bit too aggressive. Those holes that Lava is making can't actually reach him. I'm not quite sure why Navozo felt that pressured to make a play, but either way, that is a major bit of utility now gone from his team, especially because the Mira was the only man with a C4, and he wasted it. So now you've really got no anti-plant utility, save the Echo. Kojin gets one frag, but there's Wings and Og with 2 more. It's just Yusuke and Bone, and a 2 versus 4. Plant going down, Echo now dead. No plant utility. He's just gonna have to try and swing, but where's the cover from Wings' team? He gets cut down, but in the meantime, Yusuke is dead as well. It's just Bone, 1 versus 3. Lava, Dami, and Og have to try and find this last kill. There's only 10 seconds left. Dami will start the plant. There's cover from above from Lava. He's watching this blue bar rotate. There's no chance Bone survives this. And Lava does indeed cut him down from above. Arial Arise string 2 rounds together.
And they looked very impressive while doing it. Sure, you would really expect this to be the outcome of Coastline because cough, cough, it's attacker-sided. The only map in the pool that is definitively attacker-sided, and if you see like a 5-1 split for the defense on Coastline, it's not defender-sided, it's just sided to whatever team is playing it because they understand the map better. But at the end of the day, the way that Arial Arise is starting to sort of mesh as a roster, even in just a few rounds, they're really starting to show their team's energy. They're pushing everything together. They have their game plan and they're executing it perfectly. So far, Down to Earth on the first round did a great job to stop it. But ever since then, they've been floundering just a little bit. Maybe it be sites that are a lot harder to roam on properly, like Kitchen and Blue Bar. Sure, they're strong sites, but they're one of those sites that you really have to get right, in a similar vein to Reading Room of Kafe, that if done correctly, it's amazing, but you have a little weakness here or there, it sort of all falls apart at a moment's notice, like removing a plug from the bottom of a funnel.
Well, it is back to Hookah for D2E. I said that they are now, well, the only successful site that they've had so far. I imagine they'll find success again, or I hope for their sake that they find success again. This is an attacker-sided map, as we usually like to mention, so the more rounds you can get on the defense, the better it is heading into your second half. They're going to be going for this theater roam yet again. Yusuke posted up with the mirror windows, likely with an ADS to help. Devozo back on the Echo, Exile back on the Mozzie, with which he clutched that first round. And that's kind of the one scary thing to me, is that the only round when that D2E has had so far throughout the first 3 was down to a 1v2 clutch from Exile. And the man is dead. Og pushing in right behind the drone, pretty much using Exile's own play against him. Opening pick goes to Arial.
Yeah, Og did take a little bit of damage, but you know, I'm sure he's glad he's still alive. And the M762, you don't need to get headshots with that thing. It's a body shot warrior. So he's still at a little bit of, he's not completely useless. He's not like 1 HP with a pea shooter, but still has some fragging capability. And speaking of that, Devozo's feeling a lot of pressure coming up Cool Vibes. It's a complete opposite side take coming out of Arial Arise, where once they went for a horizontal take, now they're going for a vertical one from down below, but it's from up top. Then Devozo's going to be able to find Og. A wonderful shot right through the slats will end the reign of terror of Og. Pick up where Exile was not able to complete. But now Lava's going to do the same trick. Headshot onto Devozo will remove those pesky yokai cams going ahead of their plant. Potential plant. It's going to have to be the nitro cells and the traditional gunplay of the rest of the Arial Arise players and Down to Earth to stop the other team's plan.
Lava tries to make a solo push up Cool Vibes, and that's not going to work out. Yusuke gets a free pick before he's traded out by Woods on the hookah door. It's Bone and Kojin in a 2 versus 3, though the attackers do have a whole minute to play with. First, Capitalbo goes out, making sure that the hookah doors will be inaccessible. A great C4 finds the Nomad, and Bone shoots Woods in the face. It's now just Wings, the man who is stuck on the hookah rappel covering in this 1v2. That could have been a good execute, but unfortunately Bone was able to find that important angle on the planter, and the C4 from Devozo, or from Kojin, made everything fall apart. Wings will bait out the Iana clone, find the head of the Mira, but be unable to land the headshot. D2E, despite being in a pretty hefty advantage, still come away with round number 4.
Yeah, after the first pick, I really thought that Arial Arise was just going to explode onto site. Because as soon as you get the player down below in the form of the nitro cell wielding Australian man that Exile was bringing to the table, you have plant potential. Sure, there's yokai drones, but you can shoot them. They're no longer invisible. And if you have all of your pieces aligned, you really could have taken a lot of map control. At the end of the day, they decided to go for a lot of vertical pressure from down below. And somehow, you know, Devozo just hit that shot. And that was a really good shot. As soon as Og whipped out the lifeline launcher and was impacting down below, he just hit a 180 flick right through those iron grates and delivered Og to his death. And then after that, you know, the man counts even, everything gets tossed up in the air. A couple of hero plays here and there coming out of Kojin. And I believe it was Yusuke still alive at the end.
Bone.
It was Bone, pardon me.
Bone killed Woods.
Yes, and it just happened. And Arial Arise were unable to just properly break down the rest of the Down to Earth defense. Now they're all tied up at 2. For Down to Earth, a 2-2 split is pretty good. If they get a 3-3 split, that's even better. 4-2 split for the attack, that's what's expected. So for Down to Earth, every single round from here on out on their defensive side is just a +1, so they have a lot less stress.
Right, at this point, Down to Earth have their quota. Their min. They're sitting pretty. Their kitchen strat will now change drastically, though. Yusuke off smoke because there is no more heavy roam from Down to Earth. They're playing more in and around the site, and this time they've got a castle and a pulse. hell of a lot more intel going to be looking up through those floorboards. So players like Lava, players like Og, who are going to be working that vert play, need to watch out from below. Otherwise, they'll get blown sky high by those C4s. We've also got Maestro now from D2E, as I touched on. Yusuke playing him. A lot more info. Again, D2E playing way more heavily into the intel game. I guess figuring that's what they've been lacking. Interesting that Kojin is playing inside of security with a castle barricade going to the office side. If they start pushing lobby, he and Exile could potentially be stuck there. And Yusuke, the Maestro, one of your most important operators on this bomb site, will go down very early to wings. Was that from the holes in the kitchen wall? In quad wall? From Blacktop?
I think it was. It would have had to be. And that is a massive first pick coming out, because like we said, Yusuke is already the top frag of the team, plus removing the Maestro on any Coastline round. Absolutely massive. Those evil eyes are very impactful, and the 81 go Burt, as a wise man once said. So taking those crucial pieces of utility off of the board is really going to let Arial Arise breathe a sort of sigh of relief, where they're not going to really feel a whole lot of pressure going towards their inevitable attempt at a plant, especially because they have so much vertical control now. Navozo taking a lot of damage, make that all of his at the hands of Woods. It's now a 5v3 where Arial Arise could essentially just throw all of their bodies on site, hope something stick, and probably come out on top.
Good drone work from whoever that was, ensuring that the corner was not left unchecked. So they do know that Pulse is playing inside of security. Exile and Bones still stuck inside of sight. Wings currently controlling inside of lobby will go down to the quad wall holes from Bone. But upstairs, Gavin finds his duo, and down goes Exile. It's just Kojin and Bone, the two UMPs left to clutch up a 2v4. Not necessarily the guns you want in this situation, but if anyone's going to make it work, it's going to be these two. Capital utility starts to be sent out as you can hear the smokes and flames rattling off. Bone gets a kill onto Lava, though he is very low on HP. The plant will start to go off, but that's a great angle being found, denying the plant, but it's traded off by Og. Kojin still in a one-man disadvantage as the plant is going down yet again. They have full intel, but the man outside, Dami on Lambo door, prevents Kojin from even getting a chance at denying that plant. Arial Arise retake their lead.
Really well played by Dami to stay patient. They had yellow pings on the player, being just alone inside of lobby. They can cut his rotations, exactly what you want out of a flank watch operator. You know, just watch the flanks and just sit outside and hold down your right click, and eventually somebody's going to walk in your crosshair if your positioning is good. That's exactly what happened to Dami, as he received an absolute free kill to tie up the round nicely for Arial Arise. Once again, for Down2Earth, losing your two sort of really crucial anchors first pick, being Yusuke and Navozo on the Maestro and Smoke, respectively, is a little bit worrying. It's a little bit alarming, but maybe not too alarming for the Down2Earth defenders, as they realize that, yeah, we can switch a thing or two around here. We can feel more comfortable, and we're going to go back to the same site and hope it works out better.
The operator lineup pretty much choreographs in the prep phase what D2E are going for. Arial Arise should be very ready for this theater roam that Exile was doing. Exile in theater with the Wamai disc, just making sure that that shield stays for as long as possible. Bone supporting a 90, and you had Kojin on white stairs. This was, again, a round that Arial Arise have won. D2E have only won Puga defenses, so unless D2E have changed something about the way they play this, you know, Arial Arise are not a team to get caught by the same trick twice, especially if the trick didn't even work the first time. So if I'm D2E, there's just, I'm not sure what just yet, just by looking at the way it's set up, it looks mostly the same. There's just got to be something changed up, and maybe it's this aggression from Bone.
He's going to immediately be droned out. So, you know.
Wow.
And cut down. Incredible shot by Lava through the 90 wall. The perfect mental picture planned out by the Greek man himself to go, I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem and triangulate the location of exactly where Bone is.
Dude,
and kill him.
One might call that cutoff Euclidean.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Okay. You're an engineer, you know what that means.
Sure.
Okay. We can also talk about the fact that not only is that bone off the board, not only is that huge, and not only is that a man.
It's your 90 player.
A man up, yeah, but that's your 90 player. That is such an important position. So now Kojin, instead of being, did Wings draw a frowny? He drew a frowny face on the luggage. Instead of Kojin being able to play safe on white and play his life, he's going to have to come up and try and alleviate some of that 90 pressure, and he won't be able to do that at all. He gets caught vaulting back, trying to rotate away by Wings. Exile is alone inside of Theater with a pistol. He takes out one, which is quickly refragged by the white window player, Og, after he swings in. It's just Yusuke and Navozo. Last round, we had the FBI duo. Now we've got the SAS, armed both with SMG-11s and shotguns, and there's the C4 from Navozo's pocket, blowing lava sky high. So, at least you've taken one back, but you're still one man down, and Arial and Rise have over a minute to play with.
It seems like Yusuke wants to retake upstairs, which for him last time did net him a singular frag and then an impactless one on the latter half. But Navozo, that was interesting. As soon as the door got opened, he just ran out, almost netting him a kill onto the Capital of Woods. But now they're playing a little bit more passive. They're using those lifeline launchers, the concussions, to realize that, yes, there's an SAS operator outside close with a shotgun and SMG. That's exactly what he's going to use to take out Og, as now Dami is struggling to get the vertical pressure. Navozo is still alive and kicking so close to this wall, and they don't know exactly where Yusuke is. Who is sitting inside the kegs, has all 3 Toxic Babe canisters in his back pocket, but he doesn't get to use a single one, as Dami's going to not fail twice in a row on vertical pressure. You know, it took one time to really hone in, and now those shots were right on the money. And Arial Arise take and confirm the 4-2 split, as now the sides are going to switch.
Good cleanup there from Woods and Dami, and that round was over as soon as 3 people upstairs died. That was an excellent roam clear yet again from Arial Arise, only, you know, last time D2E did waste a fair bit of time before Arial Arise just pushed in and had each other's backs and was able to get those 4 kills in a row. This time, though, Arial was more than ready for it. They get 3 kills and they only sacrifice 1. So, you know, again, Arial Arise know how to adapt. It looked like a pretty easy clear from them, smooth as butter. And although you lost Lava, although you lost Og, those were crucial in not only taking a C4 out of the pocket of Navozo, finding out exactly where Navozo was and killing him, and then, of course, all those vertical holes already been made. Dami was able to take advantage of. So great clear and great transition there by Arial Arise. As he said, now the sides will swap. They'll go on the defense after taking a pretty comfortable 4-2 attacking half. If you're D2E, you got to go back after this map, figure out why you couldn't defend any site other than Hookah, especially going kitchen 3 times and not winning it once. Typically, once you lose a site twice, you don't really want to go back there. D2E felt confident enough. It didn't pan out. So that was kind of like 3 free rounds for Arial. None of those kitchen rounds really came like down to the wire like those Hookah rounds or the Blue Bard round did.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, as you think about it, that's sort of the main issue with Coastline defenses, is that it's just, as soon as you give up map control, just there's nothing you can do. You have 2 staircases to go upstairs, and if you bring a Nomad, you still have an extra air jab in your back pocket to, after you just take upstairs, and then you just do a bunch of vertical pressure. There is nowhere safe to sit inside of sight, and then the attackers just converge upon you. And that's what happens over and over again. Some people say the map is stale because you really see just the same attacks over and over again, but, you know, I like it anyways because you get to see guns go pew pew.
Because people kill each other a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after all, that's why we watch FPSs. You know what's interesting from Arial Arise?
What?
I thought they were Hookah.
They are
the
not
top-down
Hookah.
view, but it wasn't Hookah. I saw that they were double bar, and I wrote down double bar, and then I said they were Hookah. Exile is going to get the 2nd kill after somebody on his team got the first one. I didn't see who it was. And we already see like a really different philosophy from Down2Earth. They're bringing a Twitch and they're bringing a Gridlock. So flank watch that Arial Arise was missing and didn't really need all that much. And you've got those Twitch shock drones as well. Og gets 1 refrag before Kojin finds him, and Wings gets a little bit over aggressive and Bone takes him out. It's just Woods. 1v4 is Mira. He's slow, he's loud, they should know exactly where he's coming from if he ever tries to make a play, although he does have a C4 in his pocket. Up it'll go, and it will find the kill onto Bones. That's one back, but he doesn't see the player on the Cool Vibes landing. Devozo gets the final kill, and Down2Earth take their first attack.
Yeah, and that was exactly what we expected to see out of Down2Earth. That was Exile using Yusuke as a weapon. You know, he had that little,
Oh, did
that
Yusuke
little
get the opener?
inkling. I believe so.
Who was it on to?
I don't remember. But
Well,
yeah, that's why I should take better notes. But I've been eating wings in between little shifts here, because wings
Yeah.
are so good. But
he is.
he's not doing the best. 4 and 7, especially. But you know, he was on the Yana. He wasn't on his Zofia, so we can't really discredit him. You know, it's like trying to have Hickster not play Ashe. You know,
Pretty much.
we've all seen how that works out, but now he's on the
Not well.
Vigil, so maybe he's just gonna, you know, be on that insanely intel-oriented operator, gathering so much information for his team. That's what Vigils do. He also has a really good gun.
He does. The K1A is a beast.
It is a beast. It's essentially the 416C, but shoots slightly faster, but does like 1 point less damage. It's essentially just a reskinned Jaeger gun, if you think about it like that. And so is the Commando for Mozzie. They're all pretty much the same gun.
It's like how Zero's S3000K is basically the R4C with less ammo.
Yeah.
5 seconds to go.
Yep.
Very good weapons all around.
Yeah, exactly.
Seconds is to locate a bomb and
That round from Arial Arise. It was not, as they say, it. Down2Earth had a very efficient clear. The crossfires they had established were very well put together, and Arial Arise walked pretty much right into him. We'll see how they're able to defend Hookah this time, not the double bars. So, again, a little bit more of a comfortable sight. There is one man downstairs. It's going to be Og on the Jaeger, sitting here trying to deny as many drones in as much time as humanly possible. He'll get found out by one of Exile's Twitch drones, which he'll quickly dispatch of. Actually, I didn't see. You also have wings downstairs, and he's
That is,
even got
wow.
mirror windows to try and hold Sunrise. That's interesting, considering he doesn't actually have anyone else there with him. So if he
And no nitro.
gets pinched, then he's kind of screwed. All gets droned out as well, and he'll fall back. I'm really interested to see how this roam pans out from wings, whether or not he gets crushed, gets a pick off of it, or if it's completely inconsequential.
Oh, he just
Oh,
left
he left.
all of the utility that was there for him. He's just vibing. He's on a crouch walk session with Og the Jaegers. Now, some drone intel will be acquired by the Yana clone and the physical two-wheel drone, the traditional one that Kojin's driving around the map. And so is Navozo. For the side of Down2Earth, a lot of their attacks do hinge upon intel a lot. They really like to have a great idea of what's happening over towards the bomb site as soon as they start going for their execute. But Og shooting a claymore and having the potential to flank anywhere he so desires isn't really boding well for Down2Earth's attack, especially when now
That's Case!
that's Case dropping down with your smokes, your fire bolts, and just your Kojin. Your Japanese god of fire, but now Exile will fall down at the hands of Dom. He's continuing the pain train downtown for Arial Arise, who now sit at a 5v3.
That is a massive opener for the defense, and another one, as Bone, distracted by the man in his office, is actually cut down from the Sunrise window. Og gets a pick of his own, and Woods, inside the site, finds a second. Arial Arise, though a very, very poor roam in the last round, come back, and we thought Wings and Og, they weren't really doing anything. They were just kind of crouch walking around the map, and then they end up being a cataclysmic force to the D2E attack. Flawless round from Arial Arise. They keep their 2-round advantage.
I'm kind of upset that the just crouch walking worked, man.
Sometimes that's what you gotta do.
It just does. It just does. You can just shoot a claymore and then run out of office door. Really unlucky for Kojin because he just didn't even see it coming. I mean, why would you? You claymored it off. You thought you were nice and safe. And then, That's also why you bring. That's why you bring Nomad over Gridlock, because I know many of people that as soon as they see track stingers, they just run through them because they don't do that much damage. You know what I mean? Like an air jab, as soon as you like go through an air jab, it's such a loud noise. You get knocked on your butt for like 5 seconds. Then Gridlocks, you just kind of run through and lose 20 HP. Like, okay, all right, I'm just flanking them now, and they don't know because they have the false sense of security from the track stingers, but in reality they don't really do a whole lot. Sure, I mean, you've got the F90. The F90 rips. It is a good weapon, highly underrated, and the smoke canisters to help cut off any
The
lines of
F90
sight.
rips it?
It does rip it. Like
Like
nope,
a
I'm
Beyblade.
not, nope. Yeah.
Like a Beyblade.
Yeah. Beyblade,
See,
Beyblade.
I knew you were
Let it rip.
that. Wings moment.
Yep.
Wings rips it.
Yeah, he posted a video on Twitter of him playing Beyblades yesterday.
It was pretty sick.
It was
He's
pretty sick.
quite the Beyblader.
Yeah.
The Ripper? Would you because like
Jack?
it's Beyblade Let It Rip? Do you call them like rippers? Or
I don't know. I feel like there has to be a Wikipedia for Beyblade.
because like
lore.
right? Because like you don't call people who play Pokemon like they're trainers, and like Yu-Gi-Oh or
Yeah.
like duelists.
Duelists.
What do
It's
they
time
call
to
them?
do-do-do-do-do-do.
What about for Bakugan? What do they call them? Do you remember Bakugan?
Dude. Dude, I
Bakugan
sold all
were
my
lit.
Bakugan. Dude, I sold my Bakugan for like $400.
Bro, I
last summer.
freaking lost mine. I don't know where they are.
Dude, I had like 100 of them. I sold them for like $400.
Man,
Yeah. I got a lot of money.
I have a
was
lot
this
of
summer.
Magic cards. I could probably sell some of those.
Yeah. Or you could just
Dude,
do
what if-
another
I actually got
video
gifted-
with Ferme.
I got gifted like a whole crap ton of like really old cards from a family friend. I should see if there's a Black Lotus in there. Those are worth like
Yeah.
hundreds.
It's like a holographic Charizard.
Pretty much.
Uh-huh. I found one that I had, but it wasn't a first edition, so it was worth like $30. I'm like, I'll just
Ah.
keep it. I'll
Nerd.
just keep it. Yeah. Not like Lonnie Lightning. Who
You
had-
know what I just noticed?
Dude, Lonnie has like thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards that he like just found last week.
You know what I just noticed?
What?
Yusuke's lying.
Ah.
Just noticed that. What?
It's
not
also
gonna lie,
2
wasn't paying
minutes into
attention.
the round and only lava is taking damage.
Yeah, Down2Earth haven't had the most successful entry, though they haven't lost a man either. As I say that, Navozo literally almost dies. They've got the Gridlock track stingers on Cool Vibes, making sure that they, at least for the meantime, can't get flanked by Og, the only man upstairs who's making holes through the floors. Lava gets the first pick onto Exile. The man who did that initial damage to him will go down. There is a refrag from D2E, though, and another as Bone takes out one as Wings trades. So 4v3. Arial Rise still holds that man advantage, but Navozo evens things out. He goes down to Dami, though, I believe, above, but Yusuke takes down one of the site players. What a shot from Dami! Holy crap, Yusuke across the courtyard gets destroyed, and it's just Kojin. Capitao Saw in hand in a 1 versus 2. Wings half HP, but 20 seconds left on the clock. The entirety of the quad wall is open, so we can't really be sure where he's going to get peaked exactly. And just sad insult to injury, there's a proximity alarm. Now they know that he's pushed fully into kitchen. He's got no time. He does have diffuser control, but there's a rotate open.
Ooh.
Great shot on the Wings, but he's going to go for the kill, and unfortunately, that is the wrong decision. Last player is upstairs in the hatch, and Arial Rise take round number 9 and extend their lead further.
I was a believer at the beginning of that. As soon as he hit the shot on the Jaeger, I'm like, wait a second, he can just
See,
plant.
yeah, he hit the shot, and I saw the last guy was upstairs, and
I'm
then...
like,
I mean, if he tried to go for the plant, all Mozzie has to do is drop the hatch and shoot him through
Yeah.
the same rotate anyway. So I think going for the kill there was probably the right decision from Kojin, just because of how open Arial Rise had constructed the site. But Dami played it perfectly. Dami knows. I don't have to swing.
Dami's
I'm safe.
just patient enough. He was fine.
Indeed.
Wow, he only has 3 deaths.
He has only died in the rounds they've lost.
Yeah, Dami is...
So if basically
Kill Dami, win round. Come
Exactly.
on, Down to Earth.
correlation equals
It was
causation, as everyone who's taken a stats class knows.
Exactly. I mean, that's a basic fundamental principle
Pretty
of
much.
statistics. It's like 50% of the time, it works 100% of the time. So it has a 90% chance effectiveness. right? Or does it get cut in half to like 12 and a half, and that gets rounded up to 13%?
10 seconds remaining.
Crow, are you alive?
Seconds remaining.
No.
Okay. Good. I get
My
to
bad.
solo cast like I'm on an Xbox League now.
Bomb and defuse it.
Ha. Xbox League.
Yep. I've never solo
All
casted
right, Wings
before.
is spawn peeking.
Yep, Wings is. You know, if he had hit that shot on the head,
I mean, he lit Bone up.
yeah, Bones.
It wasn't
Bones
useless.
No, dude, Bone is 100%. Now he's a man on a mission. He's got the vendetta. He's gonna look Wings dead in the eyes and said, "You should have aimed for the head." Now Bone gets a 4K this round. That's my bold prediction of the day.
Wow, that
Hot
would
take.
actually be pretty funny. Can we keep our eyes on Bone?
Yeah, can we just watch Bone the entire time now?
I know Henry's in our team speak, so I know Henry can hear us. Thank you, Henry. We will watch Bone until he dies. This man will either pop off or get
Immediately
creamed.
massacred.
He drones in. He'll spot Wings under the castle barricade. So that's one player now accounted for. Making sure that there's no one on white. Unfortunately, the teeth are right. So
Incredible.
they know
Incredible.
exactly where Bone is. Why is he pulling out?
He's gonna get the castle barricade.
Ah, I see.
Imagine if Kojin stopped moving and he just
Oh,
impacted
dude,
himself.
that's happened so many freaking
I
times to me.
know. I know it is.
I hate it.
I will say, trying to push Aqua solo it's not the easiest thing to do, especially when that rotate hole's there. There's a castle barricade. It seems intimidating. And now, as soon as you open up that barricade, you're probably gonna get nitroed from down below. However, Exile getting a free frag onto Og, you know. Now, Henry did break our promise. And yeah, that one hurt. That one hurt. Yusuke being able to take Wings on and finish him off. That's the castle. He's avenging his teammates' damage from earlier on. But as one line E, 1D goes out, Lava is going to be able to take down Yusuke with another Nitro Cell. Just utility piece for piece, attacking and defending. So there's not really been a whole lot of gunfights. It's just a whole lot of utility. But as soon as I say that, both Woods and Kojin are going to pick up a kill apiece. You know, a little bit of refrag game for Woods, but now it's a 3v2 advantage still into the favor of the attackers.
Utility, though, you've still got a C4 in the... Never mind.
Bone got one. Bone
Okay.
gets two.
That was just Woods! In a 1 versus 3, no C4 in hand. Again, Bone very lit up, but that hasn't seemed to stop the thunderous force of the Zofia just walking down. Cool vibes. He's gonna sit and wait for Woods to try and push, which
He
Woods
gets
will.
two.
And Bone gets 2. Down to
shoulda
earth.
aimed for the
Take
head.
round number 10.
He should have aimed for the head. I mean, I guess 2K. That's good enough, right? That's popping off. That's a good round from Bone.
Sure.
Out of all the rounds we could have chosen to watch Bone, I feel like that was a pretty good one to watch.
As he...
He was
Did
20
nothing.
HP the whole round. He ended with 20 HP. Incredible.
Ah! Okay. I have been DM'd by an who says, I wish to remain anonymous if this is mentioned on stream. They were called Bakugan Brawlers.
Ah, that's
They
right.
were brawlers.
Can you DM me who it
The anonymous
was?
source was Devin Crater Hoot.
Man,
I'm sorry.
you should have just
I'm sorry.
DM'd me.
I
You
thought
know,
it'd be...
dude,
I thought it'd
Devin's
be
gonna
really
be so
funny.
upset.
No, he said Bakugan was lame. He just remembers from the cartoon.
The cartoon was kind of banging. The show was good. It was
Dude,
on the same
what
level
the-
as like
what the hell
Yu-Gi-Oh!
was the-
5Ds.
What the hell was the dragon's name?
Oh,
Wasn't it something stupid? Like it was just like Draco or something?
why do I feel like it's is it Dragonite even though it's like
No, no.
I
Here, wait,
feel
wait,
like-
wait.
I feel like it's
Bakugan,
Dragonite even though
Dragon.
it
Oh, yeah, it was. Oh, it was Drago.
was the dragon's name was Drago.
Oh, it was. Remember, because everything ended in like oid. It was Dragonoid.
Dragonoid, yeah. See, that's why I thought like Dragonite, but Dragonoid, yeah.
10 seconds left.
I was like, did they just blatantly rip off Pokemon with the Dragonite? Because that's what was coming to my head. I'm like, there's no way,
No.
right? There's just no way that they called it a Dragonite.
Attacker's objective is to
Wait,
defuse a bomb.
Did people die in this show?
Yeah, they got sent to the Shadow Realm.
Oh yeah. What the hell was it?
It was
I
like a
remember.
dark card that they
Dude,
would, like, put
I
in. It
just
was
like
a
I
field
looked it up
spell.
and I looked at the wiki and I just noticed there's a character that says Apollonier deceased. I was like,
Yeah. Dude, my
All right, this guy's name is Fortress, except it's spelled like the letter, like the number 4, F-O-U-R.
does he have 4 arms?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dumb.
Incredible.
Anyway,
Back to stopping the roast of Devin Crater Hoot. I love you, Devin. I'm putting up a heart into the camera, but you know, you can't see it.
unfortunate.
Unfortunate. No, I don't want them to see it for me. Let's go back to casting. 2 minutes down. Arial Arise. If they win this round, they win the game. Down to Earth. They have their backs against the wall. It is match point on their own map choice of Coastline. With Arial Arise definitely looking like the better team so far. Down to Earth, if evident by the last round's defense, starting to definitely pick it up.
You know, the kills are pretty evenly spread across both the Bone and Og, who are both on 12. Everyone else is pretty damn even. So you love to see. Everyone's putting in the work. Wings now on the pulse, though, sitting inside of lobby. He'll spot all these players in the 90 Hall, Bone, Devozo, and Yusuke. Well, Lava will be the first casualty of this round. Exile on the Hookador takes him out. That is a C4 dead. Interesting that Lava is playing Bandit. Not an operator that we see all the time, especially not on Coastline, where hard breaching matters so very little. But maybe he was playing for the gun. Maybe he was playing for the C4. It is no longer available to him. Minute left in this round through the drone hole. No, all gets caught out. You have to be aware of that angle, but the C4 is there for the trade as Wings takes down Devozo. Here comes the line, EE1D. That's going to pretty much signal the push, and everyone on Down to Earth capitalizes. Exile with 2, Yusuke with 1, and Arial Arise are unable to respond. It's another round for the attack.
Really interesting to see that Exile was not using the L85. He was using the SMG-11. That's really the biggest takeaway, that he is indeed a sledge crutch because he has to have that SMG-11, you know? If you're an L85 crutch, you know, you could play Thatcher, but no, he has to play sledge. He has to have that SMG-11, you know, he uses it more than the actual primary because why wouldn't you when you just decapitate everybody with a high fire rate weapon that is very satisfying to get one taps with. So yeah. Big shout out to Exile, who got a 3K that round. Went from 5-7 to 8-7. Went from negative to positive, like the identity property, but in reverse of multiplying by -1. So going from -1 to positive.
Attackers need to locate.
Can you boo me on that one? That one was bad.
No,
You should boo me on
not
it.
even going to give you the satisfaction of the boo.
Attackers
That one was
discovered
bad.
the location of a bomb.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
B7. Miss.
You're going to go ahead and make a battleship joke.
Yeah,
I just
Battlefield.
said Battlefield, man.
We were talking about Battlefield earlier.
We were.
But hey,
Call of Duty,
match
man.
point. Match point, Crow. Match
The
point.
final round of regulation.
It is the final round of
Round
regulation.
12.
But the worst thing is that we have infinite overtime, and if Coastline is any
Oh, shit.
omen, I am
Attackers
kind
are
of
heading out
worried.
to defuse a bomb.
Infinite overtime and Coastline mixed together as well as oil and water, so not looking forward to what could be ahead of us.
Well, we'll see what happens.
We see 20 rounds of this, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, me too. Luckily, it's the only game though. Oh, Devin
Yeah.
just. Oh, Dev.
I'm seeing the chat, just everybody say Lamau.
Devin just DM'd me. He said "F you." I'm sorry, Devin. I love you. Anyway, Arial Arise will put their last stake on Kitchen. A set that they were successful on, though it became a very close 1v1, and they won off of time because Dami played just passively enough after retaking that top floor. D2E, though, this round are pretty much unabated. Exile already going ahead and sledging down on the floor with only a minute gone. C4 goes up from Dami, but it does not hit its mark. Again, only chip damage. So far, the C4s, at least vertically, have not had a all too high success rate. Bone will also aid in the vertical destruction, making sure that there's a lobby cutoff from above inside of the theater. And so far, Down to Earth, they're making pretty good time.
Yeah. It's made a little bit less great as Og is going to pick up the first kill onto Novoso because you don't have air jabs, you have track stingers that can easily be shot and just swung through. That's why you bring the Nomad, Nevo. Come on, man. It's a fundamental principle. Now as Exile's up above, showing what the soft breach can really do, making Og, who retreated back down into sight, feel pretty uncomfortable. Actually, no, that was Dami. I could tell by the hat, you know, the helmet of the dead man. That's exactly what it was. That's the helmet of the dead man. As now Exile will pick up another kill, evening the man count at 4-4, but they only have 50 seconds to work with.
50 seconds, a C4, and 3 gas canisters for Arial Arise to bleed through. And still, what is this shield? It is just right up against the doorway. They'll try and burn it with the nade. In it comes, and Woods will avoid it, but the shield, unfortunately, will not. He'll expend his first gas canister as Kojin takes the head off of Wings. Playing very close, though. No! Woods needs to hit those. The gas canister will be unable to go off as well. They know exactly where he is. Flame will go out. Another gas canister will aid Woods in his retreat, but Exile is still on the other side. He gets caught with a nade in hand. Woods with a massive play. He lights up Kojin, and he's able to kill one of those players. Og, though on low HP, finds one, and the long angle works out for 2. It's just Bone, and Woods finds the last one. What a stalwart hold inside of service from the smoke, aided by the Wamai of Og. 3 for him, 2 for Woods, and Arial Arise lock out Coastline.
Wow, I didn't expect it to end like that.
Neither. Dude, I thought Woods was a dead man.
I thought he was a dead man. That's what you get when you're the highest rated support player in EPS, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the best supports in T3. Look at that. Og, 15-7.
Sheesh. A 7-5, close as you can get in regulation win for Arial Arise. But the kicker is that was Down to Earth's map choice. Now they're going to have to go against Arial Arise on Kafe.
Yeah. Arial Arise have become a much better Kafe team as they once were. You remember back to the old RSA days.
Wichita Oblivion were the
Oblivion were the
Kafe
Kafe
team.
team.
Yeah,
and
the Kafe
in
team.
Control, the org that D2E were previously under, actually beat Arial Arise on Kafe. And after that,
I also don't feel like it's fair to say like Arial Arise because it's only
true.
Dami.
It is a
left,
completely
right?
it is a completely different.
It's
team,
only
to be fair.
Dami.
Yeah. So going into this, you know, we do know that these are both very, 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 very competent Kafe teams. They're neither of them are slouches on this map. So this should be, again, a pretty close contest as Coastline was.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason we picked this series. We're giving up our Sunday nights to be here because it's a good one. It's definitely 2 good, high caliber T3 teams duking it out in the slums of a late Sunday night. I am still really surprised we got Coastline, so I'm also happy that it didn't end in overtime because it would have gone like 24 rounds.
Probably.
If it did. But, you know, 7-5, it's a great finish. And for Down to Earth, probably not as good as they would have liked. Arial Arise looked overall a lot stronger. Every round that they won was a lot more hingent upon their team fragging as a whole, as opposed to a couple of hero plays here and there for Down to Earth, which... What you doing, Crow? You completely stun-locked me, man.
I was just smiling with a bunch of water in my mouth.
Yeah.
You saw how fervently I drank that water?
Yeah, my water cup is empty, and I definitely need to do it during break, but...
That's how I drink men. When I'm done,
amazing.
I got a mouthful. Og
has a 1.6 rating.
He did! 1.61.
91 cost on
Wow.
Coastline.
As Zofjaeger, he was getting those picks.
3-1 on the entry, looking real strong indeed, as pretty much everybody on Arial Arise's side had a pretty good game. I guess overall, like if you look at it, like Exile, Kojin, Yusuke, Nevo, Woods, Lava, Dami, Wings, they all were like pretty interchangeable, but it's just Og was the difference maker. Just stepping up on Bone by a whole 0.4 rating. He was the difference maker right there, being +8. It's huge.
Yeah, incredible plays from Og. Bone doing his best. A surprisingly slow game from Michael Varsamis, though
9-8.
equally
he
as slow
picked it up
as
on the
Gavin
back end.
Griffiths. He did. Both he and Lava were pretty neck and neck throughout most of that series. But again, it's Coastline. Whichever team frags out more consistently tends to come out on top. And Arial Arise have more total kills. That's how you win Siege. Just
Yep.
kill more people
Win more rounds
than the
than
enemy
the other team.
It's that
It's
easy.
that easy.
It is, in fact, that easy.
Alrighty, so we're actually going to throw it to a quick 3-minute break so me and Crow can get some water and the rest
And
of the
eat
teams
chicken.
I finished my chicken. I was eating a lot during the game, but
I only ate like one piece during the game.
incredible. Usually you're the opposite. But
Well, because they're all,
don't
like,
go
oily
anywhere.
and
I'm
stuff.
tossing it, Crow. I don't care.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere.
My
We'll
bad.
be back in about 3 minutes because we still got more Siege to play.
Welcome back, everyone, for map number 2, our last map of the night between Arial Arise and D2E, as you can see in the beautiful graphic produced by the Firmster
The
at the bottom of
Russian
your
man.
screen. The bear.
Sure.
7-5 on Coast. Arial Arise definitely throwing a curveball at D2E. Definitely not something D2E were ready for. And although we say that, it was still decently close. It was still
It was.
7-5. We still need every round of regulation. So, a valiant attempt by D2E, but unfortunately they could not secure overtime, so they come away without any points for this map. They're going to have to try and make their last bastion on Kafe. Their pick, however, which I imagine they'll have much more preparation for than Coast.
Yeah, for Down to Earth side, I feel like there's enough VODs of Arial Arise, you know, minus wings. So 4/5 of the Arial Arise roster Kafe from all of the open quals, closed quals, NSG tournament, the sort on of them on Kafe that they could have gone for some counter stratting. You know, see exactly what Dash is bringing to the table. You know, he's really gonna be flexing his brain enough to try to completely counter what Arial Arise is gonna be bringing to the table. But Wings is also terrifying on Kafe on the Sophia. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
This is his
pretty
best map.
freaking good.
This is his best map, I would say, personally. So a definite X factor for sure that we definitely need to keep our eyes peeled out for, because does Wings things on Kafe. Sure, Wind Synthetic kind of got slapped around by aggro on Kafe. Wings then under the name Chris Das Mas. Christmas, if you will. He still dropped like what 13 and like a
Something
7.
like that.
Yeah, he dropped a lot of kills, but at the end of the day, one player doesn't make a team, and that's really was the strength of Arial Arise last time around on Coastline. So hopefully they'll be bringing the same energy to the table here on Kafe.
Parth just said in Twitch chat that I have an ominous smile.
It was when you were smiling with the water when you were doing this.
Oh. How is that ominous? Yeah. Just like that.
Yeah, that's what you were doing, and it was kind of scary. Down to Earth
Ooh.
banned the buck. I didn't know. I mean, Buck.
Gavin plays Buck.
Yeah, Gavin does
Lava
play
plays
Buck.
a lot of Buck.
Are they gonna
That's an
ban the?
interesting
Are they gonna ban the Cade?
That'd
That'd be
pretty
really funny. That'd be really funny.
So Mav and Buck both off the board. So Thatcher's
Thatcher.
up.
Interesting.
That's cool.
I love Thatcher. Thatcher was my first main I ever had in the game. And now he just gets banned into nothingness every single ranked game.
Yeah, very rarely do we have ranked games where he's still up. Mira as well. Again, very standard ban on Kafe. Don't want to be attacking that with a Mira up. And the final one.
Please be Cade.
I imagine Wamai. I mean, why would you ban Cade with Thatcher up?
Because it'd be funny.
Yeah, but it's not Villa.
No, it's
ban,
Valk.
All right, they'll
yeah.
ban Valk. That makes you don't
Understandable.
want to let Og run around with Valk.
But that does let Gavin, aka Lava, run around with the Kaid, who is a menace on the Moroccan man. If you like alliteration.
That's
Yesterday, Lava was in a call with both of us plus a couple other people and Exile, and was literally begging him not to ban the Kaid, because they all knew they were going to Kafe. Everybody, all 10 players, they knew they were going to Kafe for the second side, for the second map. So he's like, please don't. But it's actually going to be Yusuke starting off on the Kaid. Now you got a Goyo, a Malusi, a couple of bulletproof gadgets, and swap out the Vulcan shields for Maestro Bubbles, and you know, still a lot of utility that the ranged soft breach duo of Og, respectively.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
I'm still here. That was a toss.
Oh.
I tossed it to you.
Oh no, dude, your mic cut out like mid-sentence, so I didn't hear the toss.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
That's why Henry was like, did he just die?
I don't know what has been up with my internet recently, but there's just something going around.
You know what you should do?
I should just leave right now.
5 seconds to
Let you
No,
solo cast?
I was gonna say fix it.
Oh, maybe.
Attackers
I'll think about it.
to locate a
Well.
bomb and defuse.
Ash is unbanned.
Which means Og gets to play Ash and Wings gets to play Zoph.
Which means Og gets to play Ash. Yusuke also gets to play Ash. Yusuke looked a little bit uncomfortable on the Lion, so hopefully he'll be able to roam free with that now. Bone, also on Zoph. So he got your quite the powerful duo entries on either side of the equation. Of course, first sight is going to be Bar. Almost always is. Arial Arise quickly taking control of the roof, if you can really call that. Because, I mean, there's no one up there for them to contest. What?
Yeah,
Kojin?
we're not gonna talk about that one. I saw it too. And
Alright.
yeah, just after that, I'm on drone. I'm gonna go, yeah, swing this guy Pixel. He's not hitting drones, he's not hitting heads. That's exactly what's gonna happen here eventually. But as Aug's pre-firing away, making that R4C really do its job of sending a lot of bullets downrange. And Dami on the Thatcher was able to EMP.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah, he EMP'd all of the ADSs, so they didn't need to burn. And they got the shield way before Kojin was ready for it to be gotten.
So, very fast clear of Pixel from Arial Arise, and also clearing one of those Evil Eyes from Exile. One of the things they'll have to worry about, though, is, again, using that EMP to try and clear Freezer Wall. Second Maestro Cam goes down. That is an aggressive push from Navozo, but did he not kill? Okay, no, he did get the kill.
Still got the kill.
All right, he got the kill on the Woods, but wait, Lava's kill was first in the kill feed.
Yeah, that was weird.
That is odd, but it's worth it. I mean, you lose Malusi, you lose a C4, sure, but her utility is already down, and you've lost your Heart Breach. So great heads-up play by the Malusi, knowing that the Cigar single door was not covered. Lava will try and make something happen over by the doorway, but that small angle being held by Exile will do a lot of damage. Arial Arise in kind of dire straits, but as the Cade takes an aggressive gunfight on the top of C2, he gets cut down. Exile is quick with a refrag, though. 3 versus 3. Wing stuns in. He swings into heaven. He's looking for the fight against the Maestro. He's got a little bit of a crossfire by the bar. He spots the Jaeger, but can't land the shots. He knows that the Maestro is close. Easy kill onto Exile. Bone with a quick refrag, though, onto Lava. 2 versus 2. Dami with Diffuser in hand. He's still stuck inside of Piano. And Wings, his teammate, he's only got 1 HP. Kojin is now inside of Cigar, but Dami's just planting. They don't know where it is. Wings actually manages to get that kill onto Bone. It turns out the plant was actually all the way in Cocktail. They swapped sides. The gas grenade will finish off what little was left of Wings, though, and now we're in a 1v1. It's Dami versus Kojin. Kojin just a little bit worse for wear on the HP, and no intel at all. You can tell by the way he's smoking. He's trying to isolate these angles, but he gets cut down by pallets. Arial Arise take round number 1.
That had me worried, but then all of a sudden Kojin gave up sight control and was really banking on Dami rotating through. And man, whenever I'm gonna talk, it's round 1. This is 2 rounds in a row that Woods just drops a heater in chat. He's just going after poor Nevo.
Dude, Woods is almost as nasty as Kool-Aid is. Maybe even up to that level when it comes to the trash talk in game.
Kool-Aid really.
Although Kool-Aid, I know, like, feels bad about it and apologizes.
Woods doesn't.
I don't know if, like, Woods might be serious.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we agreed with the play that Navozo went for, because at the end of the day, you're trading a Malusi for an ace, which the ace hadn't reached yet, which is why Woods was frustrated. He had one job and he was robbed of it by the Malusi of Navozo. So, I mean, you die on Thermite and you don't get to breach the wall, you know, there's just it's another level of pain that, like, man, I already have to hard breach, I already have to drone everybody in. Now they get to do the fun stuff like killing people. Then I didn't even get to do my fun part, which is blowing up iron. And yeah, that's how it goes. Woods upset. Navozo, the 1-for-1 king so far. But the rest of his team was not able to finish it out, and they faced down a 1-0 deficit.
And now Down2Earth are going to completely shake things up. Mozzie and Vigil on the roam, supported by Exile. So they've got some goo mines scattered around for some early warning signs, slowing down the attacker's push as well. Attackers will now know that there is, in fact, a Vigil upstairs. We do sometimes see this 3-tiered roam on the kitchen sites. It just makes it a little bit slower for the attackers to be able to transition and get that vertical destruction down. So, you know, the more time you can waste, the better. Hopefully, D2E don't lose too many lives on this. It seems like they're playing pretty loosely with it. It looks like they just want to fall off without taking any unnecessary gunfights, which is smart. You know, especially against a roam clear made up of AUG and wings, you don't really have to want to stare down those barrels. So if you can play your lives and just waste an adequate amount of time, you might as well. Already, a minute off the clock, and Arial Arise are still busy on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, now some goo mines are going to indicate towards the Down2Earth defenders that, yes, they're finally making their way down the staircases. Both Dami and AUG on opposite sides, red and white respectively, will slowly be making their way through. With about half the round down, there's still Down2Earth players alive. Oh. Yusuke lives on 1 HP. A really tight angle coming out of wings. Not quite able to control the bouncy recoil that sometimes the M762 has. But on the other side, the L85 doesn't really. It's an easy swing from lava, as Yusuke was too distracted from the vertical pressure to realize that horizontal was also being applied. In the meantime, Dom is also going to be able to take out Bone, making quick work in quick time of the remaining roaming Down2Earth defenders, and leaving just the anchors down below.
Yeah, excellent clear from Arial Arise. The Zofia of Wings being able to see that little sliver of Yusuke and put him in a pretty bad spot, and Bone getting pinched out by the Thatcher and the Sledge. There's one kill from Exile through the floor, but he's swiftly traded out by Wings. It's now just Navozo and Kojin, the support duo, to try and hold the site down, but with no C4 in pocket, this is going to be a tough contest. Really no opportunity here for free kills. They'll have to get the 2v4 in the straight-up 1v1 gunfights. Lava hits a goo mine, but it's not really anything important at all. Wings has already dropped Freezer along with AUG, so they'll be going for this plant soon enough. Navozo has the angle on the window. Wings completely unaware, gets caught out, and AUG just stands up behind the bomb chassis and gets his head taken off as well. It's now down to a 2v2 after that play by Navozo. It's Lava and Dami, the SAS duo. Lava will try and plant inside of bunker. Dami has adequate cover from the window, though. He'll spot out the Cade. Down goes one. It's just Kojin as the plant goes down, and we're now in post. Upwards angle finds the top of the head of Lava. Good angle play there by Kojin, but he's still got Dami to find, who's backed off past Freezer and knows that he can play the vertical. He's got angles down. He can even play for the hatch drop. Kojin breaking the barricade by Double Whiskey, trying to feign some kind of push and get Dami off his guard. 25 seconds remaining. Kojin can start to bait. Dami will have to drop soon. Here it comes. Is the Meister going to be ready for the fight? The 81 starts to spray in. Dami's just going to hug the corner. He knows he can play for time. Kojin sprinting around. That's so many sound cues for Dami. He's just going to try and stick it as he's low on time, and he's got no choice. Very, very well played by Dami, and Arial Arise will take round 2.
Incredible. That's just all I can say. And really unfortunate coming out, as there's just different audio cues going here and there. It's a chaotic battlefield of nerves and just primal instincts, and at the end of the day, it was fight or flight. And I guess Kojin chose defuse. I guess that's what we'll go with. He chose to defuse with his back. And there's just more trash talk that I don't even want to acknowledge, but like, it's pretty funny. Take the 1v1. I'm on my knees begging. You made me look so lost. Please just peek me.
I love watching Arial play.
Yeah.
By the way, Arial are playing in the NSG tournament
This weekend, they are.
Watch it.
It'll be
and
fun.
You know, someone's casting it. I don't know who. But someone's gonna be casting Arial Arise.
There's a lot of people casting things.
There are, but specifically Arial Arise, I don't know.
Huh.
Specifically them.
That's crazy.
I
bro.
don't know.
You
at all.
Don't
Yeah.
know.
Me.
You.
Locate and defuse a bomb.
Yeah.
Anyway, Arial Arise have now taken 2 straight attacks. So at this point, they've kind of reached their minimum. I feel like 3 3-habs on
Wait,
Kafe
Kuro, what was the
are
last
pretty
site?
common. The last site was Kitchen. And now Down to
where
Earth.
you would do cooking.
Ah, yes. Where you can
Cook.
and there's a bakery where
Yeah.
I'm sure they sell cookies.
Yeah. You can sell cookies in a bakery. You definitely can.
You gotta make sure they're not eaten by birds.
Nope.
I don't know.
Nope.
I'm reaching now. Lava's gonna take some damage thanks to, I believe, a C4? Was that a C4? Yeah, that was Bone C4.
As our wonderful observer whispers into our ear.
Thank
Big
you,
shout out to
Henry.
Henru, the most talented
Henry
underager in the
Zero.
scene. Yes, Henry Zero on Twitter.
Because that's how
Give him a
old he
follow.
is.
He just really stun locked me there. He goes, man, you guys just don't pay attention, and then just goes back to being muted. But there was a little bit of action here. There's Yusuke and Dami will both fall. A little 1-for-1 action, but Bone is still alive on the top floor. Now rejoining Nevo, his teammate, the Mute, downstairs with a nitro cell in the back pocket. Exile still all the way downstairs. He's going to try to flank late up of the brown staircase if he so can. But now Arial Arise does have all of the vertical pieces that they need. The Lava on the sledge. He's definitely going to be making quick work of the... There we go. I was waiting to hear the sledgehammer drop down, but now it was just a little bit too late. And Woods takes a lot of damage. That is 1 HP in a dream on the hard breacher. But now Navoza will go down. Wings picks up his second kill of the round, and making the man count grow more and more for Arial Arise.
Yeah, now leading by 1 man. The Woods is on very, very low HP, but as I say that, Kojin gets put low and finished off by Wings for a third in the round. Woods is starting to get that plant down. Here's a flank from Exile. This could be huge. He finds a pick. Exile takes out 1 as well, and down goes the planter. It's Og. A 1 versus 2. Can he clutch up? He has been so good time and time again, and he has the vertical holes. D2E know exactly what he's playing for, though, and here comes a pinch from the last 2 defenders, both Bone and Exile, trying to pressure out this Ashe at the same time. A good pre-fire from the Ashe finds a lot of damage on the Bone, but no kill, and he can't find it! Og, you have to win those, and Bone will clutch up the round for his team in the post-plant. Exile gets the counter defuse, and Down to Earth prevent any more bleeding. They take their first round.
Yeah, they stopped the perfect attacking site rotation, and my entire thought process there was I was really scared for Down to Earth's sake that Og was just going to drop the hatch. I just thought for a moment, I think it was crossing in the back of his mind because he kept on like peeking over his shoulder towards the hatch and goes, should I just drop now or should I stay upstairs? But at the end of the day, the double swing, the retake of the vertical control was absolutely flawlessly executed by Down to Earth. Because even if Bone loses that gunfight, Exile's right behind him. They had him in a pinch, they had him in a vice grip. You can't look 2 places at once. I don't care if you're Shaiko, Pengu, whatever Bolo player. You can't shoot in a 180-degree flick consistently. And it's just not a great spot to be in.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Crow, can you shoot in front of you and behind you at the same time?
Yes.
I guess that's why you're in CL.
I am
and I'm
built
not.
different.
Attackers
Simply built different.
Built Chinese.
Sure. Made in China.
We're actually famous for being able to shoot in 2 directions at the same time.
War on 2 fronts?
Exactly.
Yeah. I got that.
LFG. Well, Down to Earth finally take a round. Like you said, they stopped the perfect site rotation from Arial Rise. They'll go back up to Bar, though. One of the sites they lost, thanks to a really, really good rotation by Arial Rise. Once they got the necessary picks into Cocktail and figured, hey, can't really push over towards Cigar side anymore, Down to Earth had retaken that, but they left Cocktail weak. It was just Exile. Exile goes down to Wings. Bone dies on his cross as well. That's a free plant for Dami. So, we'll see if Arial Arise... I mean, if they had taken Piano and Cigar and used that control a little bit better, we might not have needed that rotation that won them the round. So there is still room for improvement from Arial Arise. But if you're Down to Earth, you just... you gotta really make sure that doesn't happen again.
So Saw just typed in chat that Joe Academy is winning that tournament, and apparently
Really?
they're getting back
Are you?
together. They're getting back together for that tournament. Star players JMR, Mr. Jimmer,
Well, no,
and
because
Axe.
Og and Woods are playing with Arial though.
But actually, yeah, that makes sense.
So I don't know.
Huh?
Who the
They would
other
have
two players are.
3/5.
Well, maybe rethinking Afer.
Wasn't Vale it? No, Vale didn't make it.
No, yeah, Vale aren't. Well, because Vale wasn't a team.
No, they played in the last one.
Did they? Oh,
Yeah, yeah, that week. You were with Jazz, and then I was with Peg.
God.
Yeah. Is what it is. But halfway done with the round, no hot action quite yet, as Exile is about to run out of snow door, but instead Wings on the top side will be able to fall bone on a little bit of a roam clear. Not a whole lot has happened this round, but it seems to be shaping up for a cocktail take once again. Allow Wings to swing heaven, but he'll get sent straight down to hell as Exile will send him packing. It's now a flurry of kills back and forth as the attempted skylight drop is coming through, but it's through the smoke. Woods is able to drop down Yusuke. On the other side, Kojin falls Og, and it's a 2v2, but Exile not on site. Has to go for a full rotate as he jumped out. It's essentially Damian now in a 1v1, but he falls at the hands of Kojin. It's all up to Woods now with the diffuser down, 35 seconds slowly ticking away as he's going to be able to swing out onto one, but he can't get the second. Exile living with about 5 HP. Gonna be able to get a free diffuse and tie up this game.
Wow. Really close there from Arial Arise, but
Bomb defusing attempt failed. Defenders
Wings, swinging heaven, did the same thing last round, and D2E were ready. Exile on the jump out cuts him down, prevents that heaven pressure, meaning that your cocktail players can play a lot more confidently, and that's what you need when the attack is going for a skylight drop. You saw Lava get one kill, swiftly refragged by Yusuke, and though Woods was able to get one, it was still a 2 versus 2. Plant goes down, and Dami looks away at the wrong moment. Kojin with a free kill from Zagar, and at that point, it was just down to gunfights, and Exile was better. Woods having been a little bit lit up. Vector at that range, pretty hard to whiff a fight with that. So D2E tie up our score. We're 2-2 now,
attackers
seeming
need
like
to
they have
locate and
momentum now
defuse as many
on
bombs
their
as they
side of the
can.
field, and they'll go back down to Kitchen, where they had yet again lost a post plant. However, if they can fix what they did on Kitchen like they did with Bar, we should soon see a defending lead.
Yeah, maybe either sticking the diffuse or swinging instead of doing something in between. If it's a 1v1, Kojin, the sound cues, he'll blame it time and time again that he thought it was a fake hatch drop, but it wasn't. It was a real one. And at the end of the day, I don't want to undersell how good Arial Arise's roam
10
clear
seconds left
was
before
last
insertion.
time around on this bomb site. This was like a Navy SEAL SWAT operation. Everything done with absolute deliberance, and
Attackers are moving
just
out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
everybody swung in unison. They had drones, they had intel on everyone, they had beautiful cutoffs, and just it was like a revolving door. As soon as one person peeked, another one peeked another way. We saw Yusuke get put in a blender and inside a reading, and hopefully for his sake that won't happen again.
Yeah, the last time Ariel attacked this site, the roam clear was fierce as all hell. So we'll see if D2E adapt to that at all. They'll bring the exact same operators, so I assume it will be a change in play style. Because, I mean, they were not allowed a 1v1 gunfight, and I think that's the most important aspect of that roam clear. Yusuke is sitting inside of the cigar cubby. Not droned out. No, well, never mind.
Yeah, he was.
Never mind. Actually, with the way Og is saying LMFAO in chat, that may have just been a pre-fire. Bone, though, is with a quick response. The C4 goes out and cuts down Lava, trying to open the hatch. So, sure, you lose Yusuke. You lose your Vigil, but you trade back a Sledge on a Kitchen defense. That is absolutely massive.
Yeah, out of all the operators that Arial Arise would want to lose, Lava's not very high up on that list. Probably in 5th place, probably your most crucial operator going towards this execute. Sure, you have breaching charges, 9 of them, but a couple of them have already been expended to open up like Red Wall and maybe a another hatch, but so now you only have, if my math is correct, 7 holes you can open up, and Og and the rest of his team are definitely gonna have to be working overtime to pick up the slack that Lava is going to have to be forced to give up from his early demise. And it's also going to take a lot more time placing those breaching charges and exploding them, and really having to pick exactly where you want opened up does take significantly more time than just running around with a hammer and just hitting everything. So from a time management perspective, also not a great just loss to have felt early on, but it's still a 4v4 with about 45 left to go.
We also saw there was a yellow ping. I'm pretty sure they know that Exile is over towards VIP. They'll be looking to smoke that angle off as they drop the freezer hatch. Og will go down white stairs to make sure that Exile can't move through. He's got the cutoff here. Push should start to come down very momentarily. Wood's still a little bit tentative. Exile is slow walking through. He gets caught out by Og, and that's the opening pick that Arial Arise were looking for. Here comes the drop into freezer. No one from D2E actually there to kill them. Bone also taking a lot of damage over by Whiskey, as Wood still has one smoke grenade left in his pocket, but there's an Evil Eye they're worrying about, but it was just zapping them away. You need that utility to be able to see through the smoke. Dami takes out Bone. It's just Kojin and Nevo. Nevo is barely any HP. Plant going down. They can't deny this. They have no utility because the Evil Eye's gone. Oh, gets a triple, but the plant goes down. It's too late for Kojin. He gets one, but he's so low that it's only one bullet from Wings that's needed. Arial Arise take round number 5. That was a... Wow, okay,
Wow.
Wings.
Okay, Wings. Okay.
But that, all in all, that was a very confusing execute.
Yeah, that was just... Why did he
From
not
the
wait?
defense side.
Why did he not wait for the Maestro cam? He was shooting the Ash.
I don't know.
We got word from Sod that the Joe Academy roster will be Valor, Rethinking, Jimmer, Mr. Jimmer, Axe, and Sod.
Okay, so the Joe Academy roster, except they have Rethinking
And Valor.
and Valor. Valor, as
Valor.
Jazzman says.
Yes.
Attackers need to
But once
locate
again,
and
a
defuse as many bombs
very
as they
interesting round. We're gonna wipe that one from our memories. You know, I'm gonna get the flash on my camera. We'll do a Men in Black impersonation.
I was
But
about to say.
huh,
Wings-
wait, why? I thought it was 2-2.
No, Wings Parth does. Parth likes
can. Attackers
that.
have located a bomb.
It's in his name.
It is. That is.
Although
Kickstart
maybe
did
Wings
have-
does too.
Kickstart did have to cast.
They
that
did
in
have
an
to cast
FPL game.
Parth likes. You know,
Incredible.
maybe
10 seconds left
maybe
before
Wings does too.
insertion.
You know, we can't gatekeep.
We can't gatekeep.
We can't
yes.
gatekeep liking.
That's up to Rexavy. That's
Why
his
is
territory.
How did Bone just take
Attackers are heading out to the
what?
Did he?
I was about to say, did Yusuke just shoot him with the bailiff by accident?
Wow.
I think he
The
did.
bailiff sometimes.
Like, just creams people if you're close enough.
Yeah, but then other times it'll do like 6 damage.
That's true.
It's the most
Unfortunately,
inconsistent weapon.
unfortunately for Bone, this was not one of those times. So
And Yusuke just wasted his one time that he's gonna hit somebody for 90 with it.
pretty much. Well, Rome clear yet again from Arial Arise. Maybe just maybe alleviated just a little bit because of that low HP on Bone, who is one of D2E's crucial fraggers. Olga already taking some wayward shots over towards Cigar Lounge. Understandable that D2E do not want to try Kitchen again. We'll be going to Reading, though this time Lava starts things off. Your Sledge still left up, and now Exile, your Jaeger gone. There's a very important pick, one of those roamers upstairs. Now you're just left with Bone. All on his lonesome, barely any HP to try and hold on to Cocktail for as long as possible.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. And now
And
it's
he's
not...
dead.
Man, I just choked on my water, but
Wow.
yeah, it's impossible because he's dead now. Kojin down below is gonna need to get a refrag with a nitro cell, or else bearing the brunt of this execute from Arial Arise is going to be nigh impossible. It'll be very, very close. It'll be very, very difficult. And he does have the info exactly where Woods is droning. Could go for a floor bang, but he decides not to. He's just gonna gather in more intel. Woods has actually dropped into pillars. With a minute to go, they're shaping up to go just flood in through snow door. But with a couple of shots, that's Nevo feeling the pressure of upstairs, but that's going to be the nitro cell to destroy lava. But he walks right into the loving arms of Wings, who's holding another angle. Haven't really seen that one held very often, but man, is that a good cutoff, and so is just a bunch of bullets cutting straight into the body of Yusuke, leaving Kojin in a 1v4 as the plant goes down. And he's dead.
Nice.
Nice.
How many plants has...
I think they planted every single round.
So, no, with the exception of the first reading defense, I believe.
No, the first reading defense was the retake of upstairs. It was a post plant.
Oh, you're right, it was. Did Woods plant?
That was a Woods plant. Yes.
Oh, we can check the scoreboard after, because first round was a Dami plant, second round was a lava plant. The last 3, maybe 4 in a row, have all been Woods.
Well, that's why he's a good support player.
He has just been sticking them down, and it's been a huge contribution to his team's success. They take a comfortable 4-2 lead on their attacking side. Now we swap to defense. We'll go bar first, and look at that. Gavin Lava Griffiths now on the Cade. He is an absolute demon, almost max level when it comes to that 1.5 AUG. Almost, not quite, but he's almost there. Yeah, well, okay, Woods does have 4 plants.
Yeah, there's been a plant every single round. Incredible.
Wow. Arial Arise planted every round on Kafe. Let's see if D2E can do something similar. It's going to be up to Kojin and his teammates to try and facilitate those. I want to see if Exile uses Yusuke as the tool, as he likes to dub in this map as well. It should be pretty easy with Kafe, like just have him walk up a staircase following the drone and try and get an early pick. Arial Arise doing something different than Down2Earth, though. They'll probably have a lot more stake in their downstairs players on bar. Down2Earth, we're almost completely horizontal. Now you've got Arial Arise with the Pulse, and 3 players total with the C4. I wouldn't be surprised if it was AUG and Wings tag teaming downstairs.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, considering, you know, they're both fast. Being
They
3
both got
speeds.
C4s.
Yeah, they're both fast with C4s. Crazy. High-level tactics of running around with a nitro cell on destructible floors. That is going to make Down2Earth feel like they're walking on a quite literal minefield as soon as they take a lot of control over towards Piano, which hopefully they do. You know, there's pretty much only 2 ways to really attack bar, which is take Piano or take all of downstairs essentially and then go for a cocktail execute, which are a dying breed, but
Okay.
I guess Dami is also an endangered species.
Oh, he had a skin on.
He had a skin on, gets TK'd and left the game. Okay.
Well,
Yep.
At least we don't need a rehost. And they were waiting for that.
There goes Gavin. Goodbye, Lava.
All right. They also see the player bottom white. Wings now knows he's been droned out. He'll retreat. There's already a 3v5 for D2E. This is not great for Arial Rise as Dami returns. Hopefully with the skin off.
Hey, so
Already
no
we've got...
rehost, or no pause, I guess.
Yeah, no pause. No forfeit round either. Push should come soon from Down2Earth. They already have cleared pretty much all of Cocktail thanks to that vertical presence. You've got AUG holding a long angle and covering over by Red Hatch. He sees one body up there. Yusuke down below, making sure that there's no C4s to come up and blow his team up. Wings gets taken down as well from Exile. It's just Woods and AUG. Pulse and Smoke. A 2 versus 5. Nearly unwinnable. See if Arial Rise can pull it out.
Yeah, they have a minute to work with. They can gather so much drone intel, but
Okay,
it's actually just going to be a thrown lead. It's a 2v2 all of a sudden as a whole flurry of kills goes to the side of Arial Rise's defense. Now it's just the old homeland duo, Exile and Navozo against Wood and AUG. They still do have 40 seconds to work with, but no diffuser control.
Oh, they've got no clue AUG's here.
They have no clue AUG is here either. He's in a close proximity. He's going to be swinging with confidence, but it's actually going to be Nevo delivering a little bit more damage to the fragile, bald man that we know and love as Pulse. But the time continues ticking into the side of Arial Rise's defense. Exile and Navozo are going to have to go for a hatch drop. That's their only chance, or else they're just going to have to run straight in on Nubao, where Nevo's going to flash away and just try to peek straight into the freezer. And it's going to be Exile taking so much damage. Zog picks up the triple
Wow.
kill and a beautiful headshot onto Exile. Leaving it all up to Nevo, who gets one. He's going to be swinging for the second. Does he know he's in the bathroom? No, he can't get it. It's Woods on the smoke
Malusi.
being too
Oh,
smart. Nevo still gets it.
What? How does he win that?
Wow.
What?
Wow. He ran through a Banshee
Dude,
and still got that.
Woods had that in the palm of his hand and just smashed it on the table.
Wow. Woods playing.
Wow. Even
Wow.
gonna shade on JJ. All right.
Hey, JJ did hop in the chat and said D2E equals bad. So that's the only thing he has said in chat all day today.
Protect your bombs
So
from
maybe it was
being used by
warranted.
attackers.
Maybe Exile took offense to that. But wow.
Wow. Og got a 3K with the pulse,
And ran away with 0 seconds left. And then
and
just
Woods ran away. Nomad was stuck in a Banshee. And Woods lost that fight.
yeah.
Bomb located by attackers.
Nevo had time to like scan the entire room and then look down to prone level.
10
Wow.
seconds left before insertion.
My voice hurts after
5
that one.
seconds to go.
I didn't expect to have to scream on that one. That one really did catch me off guard. I thought that was a done round as soon as he walked into the Banshee radius, but man, Nevo just wanted it more, I guess.
That was almost a 2v5 from Woods and Og.
Yep, that was thrown.
Wow.
And now it's 4-3.
Wow. What a toss. And what a play by Nevo.
We talk about that drone toss up from
Yeah.
outside
Sure.
the garage to the roof, right?
Uh-huh.
Not the last round.
Sure, sure.
Sure.
Huh. All right. So, Arial Arise, probably not happy about that one. I mean, even Lava put the LMAO in chat because he knows that, I mean, that round should have been Arial's. Got a ping on the Mozzie, so Dami will immediately drop off, and they actually get the kill onto Exile. He tries to capitalize on the fadeaway, but Wings is there for the cover. Excellent 1-2 punch there from Arial. A good bait and switch. You cut down the sledge, as well as now Yusuke. Og with the shotgun upstairs remains unabated. You've taken 2 kills as Arial. You've knocked out Ash, an important utility op, especially with a Malusi, a Maestro, and the Shield of the Smoke on the board. And you take out the Sledge, a pivotal operator on this kitchen attack. You probably couldn't have started this better if your Arial Arise. Hopefully they don't throw this lead away.
Well, we saw what happened last time a Sledge was
Another
picked out
one,
first.
too.
But that's another pick now onto Bone. That's both of your soft breachers from range and your soft breacher up close in the form of the Sledge of Exile. Falling at a moment's notice. Now it's just Kojin and Nevo in a 2v5. And if this game has anything to say about 2v5s, then I guess Kojin and Nevo are going to kill 4 of them and then try to run away, I guess. But like, I don't know. They're just gonna walk straight into sight. Og has the angle on locks. Dom is gonna finish it up. That's a flawless round for Arial Arise as they reclaim their 2-round buffer after a bit of a blunder last time around.
Certainly making up for that throw last round. All giving tips to the enemy team. Love to see it. Good sportsmanship. That was a really good roam. Like, especially the positioning from Wings. Excellently played. Dami falls off into pillar from top bar, and Wings is there to cover his teammate. I mean, and then
So
Og
you're
just
telling me
shotguns
that
Yusuke.
they had fall offs incorporated into their room?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you have Og holding the bullet holes in the hallway. He whiffs some shots, distracts the Zoph, and outswings Wings.
Yeah, you just shot better.
You call him Swings. And then from there, it was a 5v2, and there was just not a lot Down2Earth could do. So really well played there from Arial Arise. Definitely amending a lot of the mistakes we saw last round.
10 seconds remaining.
They'll go to reading, avoiding bar for now, just wanting to
5 seconds
secure map point before they go back to the site that they had lost. Of course, you know, the earlier you do that, the better.
remaining. Defuse a bomb.
See how long they can hold Cocktail for. And would you look at that? We've got an Aruni. Og now has the P10 Roni.
I love the Roni.
I'm scared. Alright, so there's one. Where are the others? Alright, so there's one on Cigar, one on the bathroom wall, and one on piano double. Interesting. Alright, well, Yusuke's... Alright. Yusuke is just in. He is already in mining. You should find an early pick off of this. I'm not sure if they know he's there. It's already
Bomb
starting to
located by
rotate through
attackers.
train. The Legion could be an easy target, but Lava's going to be able to skate away for now. Yusuke positioned here with no info from the defense could be strong, but look at the way Arial are playing. They're not really giving him any headway, but as I say that, Lava swings out, spots him too late, and Yusuke gets the important opener that he was looking for. Searching for the Jaeger as well, Wings inside a pillar, trying to find this refrag desperately. But Yusuke is already hidden behind the mine. He's got pings on that Jaeger in pillar as well. Og, though, gets the refrag for his team. Nearly gets the second with the pistol, but Kojin cuts him down and still Down2Earth hold that one-man advantage.
Yeah, getting 2 for the price of Nevo might not be the best thing in the world, but he probably got his air jabs down, so his role's pretty much done, besides if he actually wants to watch them, which might be well advised, especially as Dami and both Wings are going upstairs and then decide not to. A little bit of an interesting play, yeah. But now they're just going to be controlling Red 90, as Yusuke's going to be going for a little bit more drone work. And Exile's probably going to make a lot of vertical pressure go the way of Arial Arise's defenders that are looming down below. It seems like reading door is the eventual
What?
place to- okay, Wings wins those. A beautiful shot onto the head of Exile, as now Wings is taking a little bit more damage from that aforementioned Red 90 that he's trying
They
to hold.
both drop
But it's a
shot.
double drop shot. And Dami also goes DB&O from up above, Kojin picking him up, leaving it all up to Woods in a 1v3. And he fight his demons of clutches. In this time, he's going for the flank towards Red 90. I don't quite
Oh.
know.
Yusuke's right inside the fireplace, though. Don't know if Woods knows this. The way he's aiming, it looks like he might be aware. He's trying to watch every angle at
Bomb
once.
has been located.
Yusuke has no clue. Woods is here.
15
Easy
seconds to
kill
go.
for the mute. But the plant is going down from Kojin.
10 seconds
Woods has
remaining.
2 players to deal
Attackers
with.
are
One
activating
below,
bomb diffuser.
one above. Although the one above is very lit. Only 1 or 2 bullets from this SMG-11 will finish Bone off. He's got those vertical slats, so we'll be able to see the doorway before Woods pushes in. Try and retake upstairs, but the drone spots him out, so Bone will likely be watching the angle. He's right around the corner inside of Heaven. Woods has no clue. He doesn't see the gun barrel, and he turns his back. Bone with the last kill and Down2Earth. Take round number 9.
It's just been back and forth for these two teams, as Arial Arise has gotten the first step, but Down2Earth, they're just right behind him every single time. Every time Arial Arise is just trying to confirm their lead, they just can't shake them. You know, that's just Down2Earth nipping at their heels, and now it's 5-4, going back upstairs to 3rd floor bar and cocktail lounge, which is a bomb site that Arial Arise definitely wants to forget about, considering they had to TK Dami for running Ember Rise, and then Gavin just immediately jumped out a window, said screw it, I'm gonna sprout wings and fly,
Yeah.
and then
I mean, if that didn't happen, they probably win that round.
yeah, they probably won that round, considering
Defenders,
Woods
protect your
and
bombs from
Og
being
almost
defused by attackers.
1v3'd, or I mean, pardon me, 2v5. I don't know why I said 1v3, but 2v5, yeah. Yeah. Let's hope for Arial Arise's sake they can just try to break it all down and just hold for as much as possible. Down to Earth are gonna go for a similar execute most likely, and it fell apart and essentially in a 2v5 if they go for the same execute, you know, go downstairs and reading, blast away the floor, try to get the repel game going on. It's very evident that Woods is comfortable hitting that shot from cocktail bar 1 all the way to the heaven door, so that's scary. If you're Down to Earth side, you might want to go for a more traditional piano take if that's a bit more advised. However, I'm not an analyst by any stretch of the imagination. You know, I'm not a coach, I'm not a player, so maybe I'm not correct, but that's just my 2 cents.
What? You don't want it to be worth more?
Nope, I'm only worth 2 cents. A penny and a penny.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm not quite worthless, but I'm pretty damn close.
You're worth more to me.
Invite 2021, 2022.
Indeed. Navozo's gonna get the first pick. Wings, a really big player so far on this defense, goes down first. Your Malusi gone, your C4 off the board. And Wings, your top fragger, not going to have any impact in this round, at least not directly onto the scoreboard. Down to Earth starts to drop in the red, setting up air jabs, and they'll soon open up this wall and take into piano. Arial Arise already at a one-man disadvantage, though Og will play very close to the wall. He sees the Ash and goes for a C4 instead of just swinging. Definitely a questionable play there from the pulse of Og. Really gotta wonder what was going through his head. And just like the last time they defended Var, they'll be at a very early 2-man disadvantage. Already the shield being burnt, nade goes in, but Dami does find a pick before he gets away from Pixel. Yusuke now dead, no more Ash, but, I mean, what did it cost? It cost your Pulse, it cost your Malusi, and Down to Earth still have a minute 20 to play with.
Yeah, a minute and 20 is definitely good when you get another pick, but now it's a 2v4. We've seen what Arial Arise could do in a 2v5. Sure, they have Dami alive this time, but he's only just hanging on by a single thread, about 30 HP to his name, but Wood's on a solid 100. However, if you look at the health pool of Down to Earth, everybody except Exile is virgin soil. All 100 HP hit points to them, but it's going to be a swing right here as Nevo falls to the hands of Woods. Now shotgun in hand, trying to get some shots off, but he can't quite get it done. As Exile inside a bathroom will get absolutely shot by the Mossberg, but now a shot here and there. Can't quite connect his bone. Made sure that Woods regretted peeking that Down to Earth. Tie up the game and make Cocktail a place that Arial Arise definitely cannot defend.
Good try there from Woods, being able to take out one and then turn around for the other. Positioned himself pretty decently, but unfortunately for him, D2E from earlier in the round had a drone set up. When you have perfect intel like that, it is pretty damn hard to lose. You saw the yellow ping go out right before he put his head up, and all Bone had to do was click in the spot he was already looking.
And that's a champ player.
Indeed. Bone is, in fact, a champ player.
How a 5'0" champ kills Arial Arise's dreams.
Now we're going back down to Kitchen, where Arial Arise were successful. In fact, the only site that they have been successful on so far. Got a 1-0 record. Nowhere else have they been able to actually take a point. So, 5-3 lead they had.
It was a flawless round, too.
Yeah. The 5-3 lead that they had earlier has now kind of evaporated. They're tied up 5-5, Down to Earth. Definitely threatening OT. Even if Arial do take this round, they're still going to be pretty uncomfortable going to any other bomb site. In fact, with how poorly the other rounds have met, maybe we'll even see mining? I don't know. That could be cool if we see mining and dining. Site
That's
that
another.
rhymes.
Yeah, that's another shot to JJ.
5 seconds to
Mining and dining champion.
Ah, true.
Back in the Valkyrie days.
Shout out to JJ Blastful.
The deputy.
JJ, where'd you get your name? Where does JJ Blastful come from?
I feel like it has to be a variation of his name, right?
I actually don't know if his name is JJ. I've never asked.
It's true.
just kinda
We just
always
kind of
assume.
took it at face value.
Do we know the names of all the players in this lobby? Let's see. We got Gavin Lava Griffiths,
Mhm.
Augie, Christopher Wings, Luke Woods, Dami,
Mhm.
Michael, Exile Versamas,
Oh, I don't know.
Kojin.
Oh, it's Devin. Yeah,
Devin.
then Noah.
Yusuke/Noah.
Mhm.
Oh. Well, Navozo's Nick. I don't know Bone's
Yeah,
name.
I don't know. Bone. We were literally hanging out with him for like 5 hours yesterday. Just called him Bone. Dang it. And speak of the devil, he dies to Dami. Unfortunate. Now as the window opens up, it's gonna attempt to cut off all 3 players who have dropped laundry. And Lava is just still holding a singular bullet hole that he's been holding for like a minute. Yeah. We'll just... That's fun. But that right there, this exact situation is why you set off strong fallbacks in your roam to sort of peel back from the 3rd floor to the 2nd. Because look at how Down2Earth are still taking it on the top floor. They have to drone every nook and cranny, even though every single Aerial Arise member fell off after about 30 seconds. It wasted another 30 to a minute. And that's huge.
Wow. What a nade from Exile. New Wings was there, and that was perfectly cooked. Call him the Gordon Ramsay of nades. A title that we often give to Eska. But I gotta
Shrimp fried that rice?
I gotta wait another month to cast Eska, so for now it'll be Exile, a different E name. With that kill, Aerial Arise will fall off. No longer trying to contest this top floor. C4 goes up, but the detonation is very late there from Og. I wonder what that little bit of trepidation was for, but it'll cause him to miss out on that kill. Yusuke scans one of the defenders. I'm not quite sure who that was. Whoever was last to drop through the hatch, I presume, as now the ace will start to breach open Freezer. Woods is DBNO, looking to get picked up by one of his teammates. It looks like it'll be Dami to the rescue. Og holding close on the freezer door with the shotgun, should win any fight he comes across. But Exile takes out Woods, what little was left of that Cade. 20 seconds left, Down2Earth have to push in. 1 kill goes the way of the shotgun, but he's quickly refragged as he swings wide. Gavin goes down as well over towards Whiskey. It is now just Dami in the 1 versus 3. Yusuke starting to plant. He's got a C4 in pocket. He lets it rip. He lets it fly, and it gets the kill. 7 seconds left. They got to pick up the diffuser, but Dami lines up both! Holy crap, Dami with the 1v3! Aerial Arise save the round and go up to map point.
That smoke dissipated just a second too late for Navozo to feel comfortable on the swing. And Dami, somebody drank his Pepsi this morning. He's energized, he's charged up, and absolute hell of an effort in a 1v3 situation. Proper use of the utility, amazing gunplay on display. Now puts Aerial Arise on match point. The 2-0 is in the air. 6 points potentially on the line for the Aerial Arise team, who just got 1 after their meeting with the Gatekeepers. Would be a good way to bounce back absolutely perfectly. And Down2Earth has a lot of pride on the line for this last round, because they're your SCS Season 4 defending champions. And starting off with 2 straight losses might not be the best thing in the world for them.
Dominic just went crazy.
He did.
That was impressive, to say the least.
Apparently, Nevo only had 3 bullets in his gun, which is really unfortunate. I think he got that weird ARX reload where, like, you reload it, but it doesn't after he got the kill on Whiskey, which is just really unlucky, but...
Hey,
man,
sometimes that is how the cookie crumbles.
It is how the cookie crumbles.
We do get to see a retry of reading from Aerial Arise, so we'll see this Aruni again from Og. Aruni, definitely a welcome addition to the team. She's very interesting to watch, and she's not too bad to deal with. Not too overpowered. I think she's pretty well balanced.
Yeah.
Seems like
I
they'll
think
be
a
on
lot
the
of
same spots.
Everybody... I just don't like how everybody was like, oh my gosh, Shanka's gonna be so OP, but, like, nobody's brought him.
Nah, he kind of sucks.
Yeah, like, he's not amazing.
I'll be the first one to admit I thought he was going to be kind of broken, and then I saw, oh,
the reload.
The fire kind of sucks. Yeah, and it's just like the radius is so small. Like, you have to be pinpoint
balanced.
accurate.
I would say it's balanced, so it's like not broken.
Well,
the only thing is the
bouncing.
bouncing.
Kind of sucks.
The bouncing. If you can get like some really good lineups, but at that point, why not just like throw a smoke canister and actually like have the SMG instead
or
of
just
firing
blow
LMG.
them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the LMG also freaking it just blows. Like, not
It's
only
so
the slow fire,
slow.
but the sight is really bad. Well, we got another close game at least. All right, they're going 7-5 again, or it's going to be OT. Og holding up inside a bathroom. He's got an Rooney gate to assist, and he will very swiftly fall off, not
Wait,
wanting to deal with
JJ
that.
told us his full name. The JJ comes from James Jason.
Oh,
And his last name is Letskofsky.
well, where's the blastful? I gotta know where the blastful comes from.
Apparently it just comes from COD. But Letkovsky? Letkovsky, I think.
Litzkovsky. Sounds like
I'm
Polish.
really bad with either Polish and Russian. Like, I just can't say those names. Give me an Italian name, I got it.
All
but
right. Oh, wait, is this gonna scan the Malusi? Oh, wow,
Yeah, it
okay,
does.
all right. So Dami is probably dead. He's gonna chuck out a C4 in desperation, but
Yeah.
doesn't find anything. That is an easy kill for Noah, aka Yusuke. You take out one of those top floor players as one of the C4 operatives. So big advantage for Down to Earth. They've still got a minute to play with, and they'll also jackal track someone who appeared to be attempting to flank red. That may be the Jaeger of Wings as Exile continues this vertical destruction. Nearly catches one off guard. As soon as the jackal track subsides, though, Wings is going to try for this flank again. It'll probably be a Nomad. A couple air jabs that he's got to deal with. Still staring at the ceiling are a couple of the Arial Arise players. In fact, it's actually Og now, supporting, and Novozo has no idea. He thought it was just the Jaeger. Another bait and switch there from the defense. They'll start to punch through the wall over towards underneath Nubauk, and Wings actually wins that fight against Yusuke. The round is turned on its head. Not a single person on Arial has taken damage, and Wings swings wide down the long hallway. Bone goes down, trying to push through the snowbound door. Exile takes so much damage. Kojin is being smoked off. A huge play from Wings as he downs off Exile. Kojin has to 1v4 to save it, and it's all over. 5 seconds left. He doesn't even have the time to get all these kills. And Wings with a 4K. The new pickup goes massive. And Arial Arise take round number 12. A 2-0, 7-5, 7-5 both maps.
as close as you can get, but at the end of the day, Arial Arise standing strong and flying away with the double victories. Now we're going to see Woods live rent-free in the chat, quoting the Down2Earth organization Twitter with, "Why do we only get the easy games?"
Yeah, Mr. Down-to-Earth, social media manager. That tweet was most definitely
Yeah.
not it.
Yeah. Like, Chief called, not the caster, but just Chief in general called and said that was not it. And yeah, at the end of the day, Arial Arise double 7-5. They were incredibly close games. But it also is a little bit alarming because Arial Arise looked damn good. And they have a new player that has barely gotten to scrim with them. This
Yeah, it's
roster
been
is
what?
only going to get better with time. It's been, what, like 3 or 4 days?
Yeah,
with
over
Wings on the roster?
Over the course of the weekend,
Yeah.
something like that. That was an incredible showing from him. Incredible showing all around from not only Wings, but Dami and Og too. So we're used to Wings showing up. That's what we expect from Wings. We're used to Og just ripping everything in half. Dami's been kind of quiet lately. He hasn't had
Hopefully Dami's
the
out
best
of his
games.
slump.
I
He's
really
such a
hope
fun
so.
player to
Dami
watch.
Dami again is one of those players that gets in his head, like he gets in his own head so easily. But if you can let him off the leash, he's insane. He's crazy. Like nothing can stop him. And we've seen that time and time again where he'll just he'll have a slump and then he'll go back to the World Eater and then he'll have another slump. He's really on and off.
I just had a flashback to
What?
the clip where he flicks 180, TK's his teammate, and jumps in the window. And
Oh,
kills
with
4 people.
yeah, with the original or what about remember that clip where he drops the server hatch on consulate and kills like 2 people midair? That dude, Dami's crazy. He's cracked.
And the original Dami off a Pepsi tweet, where he gets Ying charged, reaching round or impacted from below, Zof stun,
Capital.
Capital fired, and then just jumps out a window and kills.
Yep.
Freaking,
Dami is when Dami's feeling himself, right? When he's confident, he's incredible. And he showed that today, especially with that 1v3 to prevent match point. I almost called the round there. It looked like it was all
Yeah, it
over.
did.
C4 was perfectly timed. And then, like you said, Novozo
Yeah, there was like
ran
less
out of
than a
bullets.
second left on that. There was like less than a
Yeah.
second left on the plant.
And then Novozo just ran out of bullets. Couldn't shoot him. Line up the last 2. So well played by Arial Arise, taking that 2-0, an important 6 points that they needed, especially with their loss to Gatekeepers. So, fortunately for D2E, they're not still stuck at 0/1 point. They do have 3 points on the board, so they'll, stick above, perhaps, some of their, what do you call this? Group mates, I guess?
Group mates, yeah.
By the end of this week.
Competitors.
Yeah. But, wow. That was a really good game.
That was a really good game. I think we should have stats coming up shortly whenever... Yeah, oh, right on cue.
There it is.
Verme's in
Look
my
at that.
head.
16-8, a
Wings.
1.55 from Wings, and the only man. So this was a 12-round game, and the fact that you only have one guy not going negative is not a good sign.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate, but I mean, Exile tried pulling the team up.
Woods had a
Navozo,
91 cost. He was holding an 100 cost pretty much most of the game.
yeah, I mean, even
Like-
when he died off rip, he was almost instantly traded back every time. So I mean, sure, he went negative, but the fact that he was impacting so many of those rounds as ace smoke is
4
what you're looking
plants.
for. Yeah, he was going crazy. And then you have Wings, Dami, and Og doing beautiful work on their entry rolls. I mean, Lava didn't even really need to do much at that point. So, Bone was a little bit slow. Exile was slowing down. Yusuke is negative on the entry. A lot of the people on D2E were just not doing great, like, as a whole. I mean, sure, the team was pretty even. There's no standout performers, but they're just not. They weren't with it. And now we have the giant himself, one half of the Greek god duo Poseidon, as he calls himself, Gavin Laffa Griffiths. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm pretty happy about that one.
How's it feel to win the war on Olympus between you and Michael Varsamas?
Yeah, it feels really good. Michael's a good friend of mine, and we've kind of been bantering back and forth about who would win this game. So I'm pretty happy to be able to get into the Discord and shit talk him a little bit.
Now, of course, we gotta address the elephant in the room. We were talking last night in the Discord. Both Connor and I were like, all right, please no Kafe Villa. But you guys
Yeah.
end up banning Villa to take D2E to Coast. So why ban Villa, a map that you guys are super comfortable on, to take them to Coast?
So basically, we haven't scrimmed Villa Wings yet. So like in the bans, we were like, we saw the Villa and we were like, I mean, normally we're good with it, but I mean, they have like a support staff. So we were expecting like they would probably have some prep on us. They would ban Cade. They would do a lot of stuff to make us uncomfortable on one of our more comfortable maps. And we actually have one scrim from yesterday on Coastline, and that was our first Coastline scrim. Everybody on the team except for Wings for like almost a year, basically. So like I haven't played any Coastline at all in a scrim game, anything since CG in May like 2020. That like so my first time playing Coast was yesterday, and then I played it today, obviously. And so yeah, we just
Did you hate it?
I like it more than Oregon. That's about it.
Really?
Interesting.
Okay.
Even
Yeah.
Oregon, like post utility meta.
It's pretty boring to me. Like I just think anyone can be good at the map. Like there's no like distinguishing thing about Oregon. It's too much of a linear like boring experience for me. I don't like
can
the map
see
that much.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, going on to Kafe as well, why did they... Was that a direct counter ban, you think, to you when they banned the Buck?
The Buck, I don't
They banned
know.
the
I
Buck
play
every
both
time.
Sledge. I play both Sledge and Buck. I think that's just their default
Yeah.
ban, like what they do every time. But as you can see from the scoreboard, it might have been a counter because I did not play that well.
Yeah, but you did eat up on Coast, so I think you still went positive with a positive rating overall. And talking about the Coastline lineups as well. So why run? So first of all, why ban Ash, and then why have Wings run the Iana over the Zof that he's normally on?
That's entirely a Wings call. He basically took over on that map, like, because I have no experience on it. So he just said, like, yo, trust, we're going to ban Ash, and we're going to, like, he basically called the whole attacks, because I have, like, very little experience IGLing on that map. So he really was, like, he was directing everything that went on Coast for the most part, and he just said, trust, ban Ash, that's the ban. And we all believed
Okay.
in him, and it worked.
Yeah, that's definitely good to hear, having a really massive impact on the team, not just on the scoreboard, but in the behind the scenes as well. Especially with, it definitely helps that Og was going 15-7 at the end there.
Yeah.
And then moving on to Kafe, do you think it's just with the new meta, or is this something that you guys were just trying to do on like how you guys normally play Kafe? Because normally we don't see 6 plants on every single attacking round.
I think that was just like we're ending up. We just always got in the position where we could like get a good act going, I think.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, something we noticed is your roam clears on Kafe were absolutely fearsome. Like pretty much.
Yeah,
there was,
yeah.
like I can't even remember how many times a D2E roamer was just denied a straight up gunfight. There was always like 2 men on him.
There was
He
always
getting taken
drones,
from
yeah.
some other angle. Yeah. But D2E had pretty decent drone work as well, but it tended to come more into their favor towards the latter half of the rounds. Speaking of the latter half of a round, bar defense, Woods and Og, 2 versus 5. I mean, what?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Okay, so Dami, like when the round started, I had the whole other team muted so I could like talk and not have anything thrown back at me. But like,
Yeah.
so Dami like into our setup was like, guys, I think I have Emberize on, and we were like, oh no, and so Woods was like, I'll just kill you, and so we killed him, and after that it was like. I was like, oh, I got to do something. So I thought he was on drone outside heaven, so I jumped out, but there was 2 dudes watching it, so I just got destroyed. And I don't even know how we got all those kills to where we got it even, and I'm pretty sure that yeah, I don't know. We shouldn't. We had no business even being close to that round, and it ended up being in a 1v1, which was like huge. But I think Wood's shotgun he didn't believe in it enough or something. The pump didn't do enough damage.
He's never shot. He's never shot.
On our side, he
looked
shot
like
and it just chunked him. Like he just ate it.
Oh,
It was
really?
like,
It didn't shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, on our side, it didn't look like Woods shot at all onto Navosa.
yeah, no, he
That was-
like as soon as he peeked in, he just pumped him in the chest on our sides, and we just no damage. It seemed like.
Sometimes
no reg.
Steege just says no.
Yeah,
That would have been
That's
very
true.
hype if we did win that one though, because we should not have won that at
Yeah.
all.
that would have been incredible. And speaking of, I don't know if you're in VMix, right?
I think so. Yeah.
You can see both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
right?
so you can see this.
Okay,
Yeah, I
alright,
can
we
see
can
both of you.
transition.
I can see both
Look at
of
the
you.
stats.
Okay,
let's
so
look at the
Ferme can
beautiful
throw up the
stats
stats.
page. Look at it. It's so
Okay.
pretty.
A little geometric.
There it
background.
is. Oh, you didn't go positive.
I went negative. Oh no, I'm costing.
Oh
Negative.
no, you had a
Bye.
lower rating than Michael.
By,
That is
Well,
0.2.
unfortunate.
You won the game, but you have him on that. I mean, you had the most entry kills in the lobby.
That is true.
You also
I
had
was kind of getting my early picks.
You don't have the same cost as Michael, so that's and a better survival rating.
And you guys had like the same headshot ratio.
Yeah. See,
I got my
you're like
plant
the
down.
same person.
You guys
Speaking
Woods
of-
with 6 plants. Holy, he's
Woods
the
with
goat.
6
Yeah,
plants,
Woods,
man.
and 4 of those were on the
Kafe.
last 4 attacking rounds on Kafe. I mean, Woods,
Mm.
Despite not fragging out, that's not his job. You have Dami, you have Wings, and you have Og for that. So, Og and Wings, that's kind of what we expect of them. But we know, Dami's been in kind of a slump lately. I mean, has he got his confidence back? Because he was tearing it up on Kafe.
Honestly, it's I don't know. It's hard to say. Like I think personally, he's a little too hard on himself sometimes, and it's just because he wants to get. You look back at plays and think like I could have done this, and he'll say that, and like, and I don't know. I think he is sometimes too hard on himself, but he's so good. Like that 1v3 Faye, like I was screaming. My vocal cords are a little pressed after that one. Like he is so.
Dude. Dude, the C4 was perfectly timed, and I think someone said like Navoso's gun ran out of he after he killed whoever was playing Whiskey, he got like either a reload bug or didn't reload, and he ran out of ammo shooting Dami.
Mm.
He had 3 bullets when he swung Dami.
Yeah, so the fact that Dami was able
Oh,
to
so
clutch
that's what
that was-
happened. Gotcha.
Yeah, so the fact that Dami was able to clutch that, and I mean the fact that it was on round 11 to deny D2E the map point, that was absolutely
Yeah, denied
massive
them
for him.
points. So we got all 6 for that one. That was huge.
you got
Yeah,
a
It couldn't
clean
have came at a better
6.
time. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
especially
needed that
after
after the
getting-
Gatekeepers game.
Yeah, so you're at 7. So I
7
think
points,
you
yeah.
top the scoreboard for now, at least until like Gatekeepers and the rest of the teams play. I know D2E
Yeah.
definitely are kicking themselves for that one, especially after losing a map to No Plants last week. So, Connor, is there anything you have in mind?
I mean, Crow, we all know that you are the man of the interviews. You ask
Alright.
every single question, so
My bad.
you touched everything. You did a wonderful job, but congratulations, Gavin. And I know you worked really hard on this one, and I'm glad that your new roster is definitely shaping up and looking pretty much as strong as the old Arial Arise used to be. Maybe you'll have some big shoes to fill, but it looks like you're about 80% of the way there. Go win the NSG event, and then you'll fill the
Yeah.
shoes. Just go beat
Dude, that
TSM or
will be
something.
tough. They got TSM, SSG. That one,
Ah,
yeah,
just-
that is.
Just beat him.
Just
There you
beat
go.
them.
Wings-
Yeah,
Wings
just
is-
beat all the
Wings
pro
is-
teams real quick.
Yeah.
Wings is basically rampy.
Take their
right?
jobs.
Yeah, man, stay tuned.
Yeah, Wings is rampy. August faults. You guys will be fine. But anyway,
Be
Gavin,
fine.
it's been a pleasure. Thanks for the fantastic game, 24 rounds. Thank you for not going into OT either, because there's infinite OT in this league. So we got to avoid
Oh
that.
yeah, that might have taken forever.
Yeah, so especially on with Coastline's history, we didn't want to go there. So congratulations, huge 6 points when you needed it. And Gavin, I am very sure that we will be seeing you again soon.
Sure, I will too. All right, peace out.
Have a good night.
And then there was just us.
And we're
Hey,
done.
Crow, we're done.
That's it.
Yep, and we're done.
We're done. 7-5.
Cut the feed.
7-5, 7-5. Cut the feed.
We're done. Cut the feed.
Thank you all for watching. We do have more rescheduled games. We still have some on Monday, on Tuesday. For me, do we have any on Wednesday?
Just follow the Twitter.
I don't
Follow
remember
the
if we have any
Twitter
on Wednesday.
down below
Yeah.
and at
Follow
SCS _esports.
You'll
It'll
get
have
updates.
everything you need. Yep, you'll
Oh,
get
I'll be
updates.
back tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll be with Jonah
I will.
Zwillinger, aka Jay's Wills.
Jay's Wills. How many games are tomorrow? Is it just that one? 2. All right, there's 2 games. What time does the stream start? 6? 6. All right, normal time. Normal schedule. Different day. Come back tomorrow, 6 p.m. EST, which is 3 p.m. PST if you're a degenerate. But anyway, thank you all for coming out and watching. As always, we love you very much. That heart sucks. Wait, hold on. There we go. We love you very much. I love all of you in chat. I'm going to kiss all the boys. Have a very good night.
A triple kill, but Son of Finn, he'll deny the plant. He sees super kills. Oh my god! Son of Finn will find more!
Where's Miracle? He's trying to come upstairs, but Crafty will get the ace. He'll get the plant. He'll do it all.
Device, misses shots. He's gonna have to go for the front.
Oh,
He pushes
Dylan!
on through. Dylan is better.
Round 2, and there's another as Tyrant is finished off.
And they all line up for Bone.